Did we do it? Are we live? I'm gonna start talking as if we're live, but someone in the chat can confirm that we're live. That'd be fantastic. And then we're gonna confirm a bunch of other settings after that. But first, just the fact that we're live in general. But everything says we're live, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that we are, and I'm gonna start talking as if we are. Hello everyone, I'm Josh. This is Josh Build Stuff, and today is different than usual because this is Josh Build Stuff live. And I realize now that there may be ads actually playing in the background that would prevent you from seeing me live in real time. But at some point, someone is bound to say that you are live, and if not, that's okay. I also have everything set to ultra low latency, so we'll see what that actually means. And I set a bit rate. We'll see what that actually means. Also, I'm playing music in the background. I don't know if that's coming through or not, or if it's DMCA or whatnot. Hey, Jedi General Obama. That's a name. What's up, man? Hey, Brightest Witch Bricks. Thank you for the encouragement of the first time live. I am live. Thank you, Brightest Witch Bricks. Lauren, I believe. I'm gonna get a lot of people's names wrong because I'm doing this on the fly. As you can see, I'm gonna tweet that I'm live because that's exciting, and then I'm gonna say a bit of a disclaimer. What's up, everybody? I am Josh. This is Josh Build Stuff, and today we are doing another episode of Josh Updates Stuff. And usually this is the show where we update stuff about the channel, about me, and of course about everything going on in the LEGO world, including new set releases and new set announcements. Occasionally we'll talk about set leaks. I don't think there are any set leaks today. And usually I have the luxury of editing myself and my videos, and today I do not have such luxury because if you hadn't noticed, we're doing this live. So there's a lot of things that get done and said on camera that I have the ability to edit out, and today we don't have that ability, and so I don't know, we'll just kind of see where things go. Hey, it's the Rebel Rave with Rob and Dave. Those are my good IRL friends, or that's one of my good IRL. I don't know if that's Rob or Dave. I'm gonna assume it's my better friend of the two. It's the friend that I like better of Rob and Dave. If it is Dave, I talked about him on the live stream that I was on a few days ago. It was Thoughtful Bricks on Snot OK's channel. It's a fantastic stream. We're going to talk more about that later. We do actually have an agenda for today because I'm not one to not plan what I'm going to do. And so I have an agenda and we're going to follow that agenda. But usually Josh Updates Stuff is the video where we talk about all those cool update stuffs. Yeah, it's Rob, my favorite. Yeah, I knew it. Usually we just talk about update stuff, and usually I can keep that to like a tight 20-minute video, but I was like, I'll go 2 weeks between updates this week, and then I did that, and then LEGO announced every single thing that they could. Not only do we have a bunch of August sets coming out, we've got a bunch of new October sets that just got announced, and I want to talk about all those. Plus, we haven't talked about LegoCon Live. Plus, we haven't talked about the BrickLink Designer Program Live. So there's a lot to talk about. And I was like, this is going to be like an hour-long video if I try to sit down and just edit this thing. So let's just do it live. And that's what we're doing. For those who have decided to watch this as a VOD, obviously it's going to be a little different than my edited content because I can't cut out the weird stuff that I would say between normal takes. But the other fun thing about this being live is that I've always wanted this to kind of be like a Q&A type weekly or bi-weekly video, and so if people have questions, they can ask them in real time in the chat. So that's a fun, exciting thing. So feel free to ask questions, personal or otherwise. I'm shameless at this point, and maybe I should have more shame. People have been telling me that they're for my whole lives, maybe for their whole lives also. Also, at some point, I might stop speaking and take a breath, but we'll see. But I've heard you're not supposed to have dead air in a stream. But if someone out there hears music and my voice and wants to let me know if everything looks and sounds okay, maybe if someone out there is like a professional audio engineer / worship pastor, that person can let me know if things sound fine. If not, I'm winging it here. I do have things set up. So this is what I've been trying to say. This is a live stream. It's obviously not an edited video. Who's my favorite brother-in-law? Ooh, I don't know if you want me to answer that. Hey, DMaz. Or, hey, DMAZ. Oh, good. Thank you, Lauren. So what I'm trying to get at, that this is edited, and so if you are watching this as a VOD, I will at some point jump into actual Lego stuff. But I wanted to get a little, I have this luxury here of being able to chat with people in real time, saying hello, getting some questions asked, getting some kinks worked out. Also, I think that hitting a button like this will change the scene, and then we'll look at a different scene. You should now be seeing me in a smaller window. I'm confirming that in a different screen. You all don't have to confirm that part. So this is how we'll kind of do things if it looks and sounds okay. Like, I just want to talk about a bunch of new Lego stuff. I think I can share this part. So I literally have a big Word doc with like a bunch of stuff with links, and I'm going to go through a bunch of it. And so if you are watching this as a VOD, there's something that's a little weird about streams, and sometimes there's like a bunch of pop-ups on the screen and stuff. I do not have any like pop-ups on the screen unless someone gives me a donation through Streamlabs, because I don't think that would pop up for anyone else, and so I would like that to get recognition. But the good news is I do not anticipate anyone giving me a donation through Streamlabs. I don't even know if there's a link posted anywhere. But I also, there's like super chats and all kinds of other YouTube stuff that I have not played around with a bunch. I was just like, I was talking to a bunch of other cool Lego YouTube people, and they were like, oh yeah, we're all on Macs too, and we've been streaming. And I'm like, that's been like what's been holding me back from actually doing any kind of streaming. So I was like, I'm on a Mac, I could figure this thing out. So if my computer does decide to just crash as a result of the effort that it has to use to actually do some streaming stuff, then so be it. I may just disappear very suddenly, but I'll tweet about what happened. So follow me on Twitter. Shout out to me on Twitter. But thanks, Jedi General Obama, that you discovered my channel days ago. That's always fun when people are like, hey, I've been binge watching all your videos. I want to be like, cool, just stop at this stuff when you get to like, my tone changes at some point when I was like just starting to make videos with my face, and I was like, these are boring. You're talking so slow, man. Talk faster. So you can like pause or stop at those points, or just watch them all. Most people probably don't tell you to stop watching their own content, but hey, that's they're not me, and I am me. Hey, does anyone want to talk about some Lego stuff? Usually the first thing I do on this weekly Josh Update Stuff show, I usually talk about what the name of the show should be, because Josh Update Stuff is silly. But no one sent in name recommendations this week, so we got no new names. But if anyone has a suggestion of what we could call this show, Josh Update Stuff could use some improvement, if you ask me. Also, no one sent anything in for the Q&A, so I got no questions to answer. I could ask my own questions, that probably wouldn't go well. We could talk about some Lego stuff. Y'all watch some Lego stuff? Y'all buy anything from Lego? There was a fun, exciting new program that is going to be running for the next 40 days, where we all can crowdfund some Lego projects. Unfortunately, all of the projects have been funded, and most of them have been sold out. You can still buy a kakapo. But otherwise, this BrickLink Designer Program, which I made a video about on my channel, trying to kind of explain it more to myself than anyone else, and just like, Josh likes building stuff. I don't want to do that. I made a video about this kind of so I had an excuse to read through what this actually was. These were expired Lego Ideas projects that are now getting a second chance through this BrickLink Designer Program, which was previously known as the A-Fold Designer Program, but then Lego bought BrickLink, and now we could crowdfund these projects. Daily Brick, what's up, man? I've seen you in so many other streams. It's cool to see names that I recognize, because it's just like, you think the Lego YouTube community is you think that it would be huge for how big of a company it is, but it is really like a smaller community. You recognize the same people all the time. What's up, Becky Anderson? Do I work full-time with YouTube, or do I have another day job? That's a funny question, because I was on the phone with my brother, who was like, he sees me posting videos too, and he's like, yeah, I don't watch any of your stuff, but like, it's like, are you still working at your normal job? And I was like, I get like a couple hundred views per video on YouTube, which is great in terms of like YouTube. I'm not at the point of just starting out. I've got a couple thousand subs. I got a couple hundred like views per video, but like the amount of money that there's a big difference between a couple hundred views and like tens of thousands of views. I have no idea how much a person with tens of thousands of views makes on YouTube, but I need to keep my day job. I do have a day job. All that to say, I am a web developer by trade. I closed out like all of my other like web development stuff, but usually I'm spending all day looking at code. I code in JavaScript. I work for a boring sounding company that it's like an economic development impact analysis company. I build an app for that company. It's not very exciting, but web development, who would guess that it pays pretty dang good. So it pays good. So it pays well enough for me to buy Lego sets. And I have no intention, this may seem weird, but I guess this is the point of live streaming, is that I can answer questions, and really I don't have a duration here. I don't got a time frame. If you're watching this as a VOD, I'm sorry. I'm not that sorry. A lot of people who are doing stuff Lego full time, who are doing YouTube stuff even part time, their ultimate goal is to do YouTube full time. That is not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal, no one asked this part, but my ultimate goal is to make enough money from YouTube to fund my Lego hobby. If I can make a video about a set that gets me enough, whatever it is, ad revenue or anything else that would pay for that set, then that's been successful in my case. I like what I do. I work from home full time. I work on a computer full time. I get to do problem solving stuff. The work I do is JavaScript, but it's also a bunch of math because it involves economic development stuff. And I like math, and I get to do that, and it's fun for me throughout the day, and I have a flexible schedule, and it pays well, and it's not stressful at all. So there's absolutely no reason that I would look to to replace my normal work and my normal income with YouTube stuff. I love making YouTube videos. It's fun, it's creative, it's a great outlet, and I love getting to do it around Lego, which is also fun and creative and a great outlet. And so those two have come together very well. But like, I did not plan at all to be doing what I'm doing on YouTube, but I'm having a great time doing it, which is I guess you would say is a good thing. But I do have a normal job. I'm not looking to supplement or to replace that job with YouTube. But I mean, I'd like to continue growing. It's fun to do that. But you know, I do have a normal job. Someone else asked another question, did they? Am I looking forward to the summer Technic sets? I am, and they are on the list. They're kind of far down the list, so I mean, stick around, because I don't know when we'll get to Technic, but like a lot of other creators I watch, they're like, oh, I kind of skip out on Technic stuff, but I've been buying Technic lately. Here's an example. I've been buying Technic lately. Here's the McLaren Senna. It is currently dangling with a little bit of the light kit that I got in it. Watch this. Ooh, headlights and a McLaren Senna Technic. So I like Technic, and the new Technic stuff that's been coming out, I've liked. But the latest Technic stuff that got announced, we can look at some of that early because you're here. Like, there's a heavy-duty tow truck. There's a couple of new sets, and the thing about Technic is they release a bunch of Technic sets which are very like construction driven or like utility vehicles, which doesn't really appeal to me. Granted, my kid, my 2-year-old, he loves the Technic excavator, which is on the table behind me in pieces a little bit because, hey, Fedson, I'm assuming you're Spectre Fedson. I only know you from Twitch, but I know you from Twitter as well. Oh, what's up, Brickscene? What's up, Richard? Good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging out. I have no idea what time it is in New Zealand, but thank you for coming by. We're talking Technic because that's the first thing that someone asked about. I've got a bunch of things on the list to talk about. We will stop either when we run out of things to talk about or when I lose my voice from speaking continuously, because I'm used to being able to pause and edit my videos as we've talked about in other streams. And then in this case, I'm not editing this because it looks like we're going to go kind of long. And that's the whole reason for doing this as a live stream instead of an edited video. So the problem with Technic is that most of the time they make vehicles which I couldn't really care less about. I can appreciate them. Like, I can appreciate the utility and the cool mechanics that usually go into a Technic set, but like, I'm not like, yeah, give me a new Technic tow truck, because that's what I need. Like, I love that Technic kind of branched out into like making a McLaren Senna, because I like McLarens as cars. And also Lando Norris qualified second in the race for tomorrow. If anyone likes F1, we can talk about that too. But like, I'm excited because these Technic sets don't excite me very much. Like a flatbed truck, whatever. I look forward to watching other people talk about this set because they will do a better job and they'll like, I don't know, show me all the cool features, and I will not have to spend, what, this one's 150, which that isn't terrible for that one. And this one is, oh boy, that scared me, 500 in Australia. Richard, how much does this set cost in New Zealand? I know you guys, I don't know how you guys have Lego as a hobby in that country. But like, even these other prices, $300 for a flatbed truck. Like, I just don't know. I know these sets sell decently because they have been around for a long time. And I made a whole different video about like why I like Technic, but like, I don't like it enough to spend, oh, it's remote control. That's why. Anytime that Lego makes a remote control vehicle, it's always more expensive. They had that race buggy that I thought looked really cool, but it was like $150 for a buggy, and I was not about to spend that. Hey, a little rubber ducky hanging out on the dash there. Is this like a race? It's got a bunch of decals on it. Is this supposed to be a race flatbed truck? I don't know. Mercedes 4x4. I'm excited about these sets because they look cool, but because I don't like them enough to actually buy them. There is a Technic truck. This was on my list also. This one is appealing to me because it's like a normal road vehicle, but at the same time, it's not that appealing to me because I don't care that much about pickup trucks. If you have watched my other content, you've seen that I have, oh, it's a trial truck. That makes sense. Also, what up, Femboy? Also, what up to everyone chatting? It's so nice to actually see people. I kind of expected to just hang out here by myself, which I do pretty often, and every video is just me talking to myself. Also, to that guy, we haven't given any acknowledgement to Tupac at all today. But shout out to Tupac. Tupac, would you like to say anything to the people out there? Now is your chance. Now's your chance, buddy. He's much more I think he's camera shy. Also, I have the loudest chair in the world, and so if you hear weird popping and clicking sounds, that may be my chair. It also may be my lower back because I am in my early 30s, so it could be either. He's usually I don't know, camera shy. We'll see. We'll try to talk to him at some other point. But you know, Ford Raptors are fine, right, as vehicles, but this one I think is coming out with the other vehicles either in August or October, which neither of those searches are coming up on the page when I search for them. So I don't know when this one's coming out, but I think it is probably coming out along with a bunch of other sets that I would rather have more than it. So I'm probably not gonna actually get this set. Is that all the new Technic stuff? I could have sworn there was a leaked image of I think like a bulldozer, which I may consider getting depending on the size and the price. Don't say that, Spectre. Depending on the price, I may look at a bulldozer again because my kids love construction vehicles, and so they would like that one. But we'll see, because there's not anything else that's Technic that has really appealed to me that's been announced this year. So yeah, that's all the Technic. We're not coming back to Technic unless someone else wants to. I don't know. I'm at y'all's liberty. $550 for a dang flatbed truck. Yeah, that one's worth skipping. Someone asked Manuel. I'm gonna go with that. Sorry if I mispronounce people's names. I'm not used to live streaming. It's new and different for me. I hope you all are tolerating at the very least. What do I think about the Ninjago theme? That is a good question. I really, really appreciate Ninjago as a theme. And I'm saying that as a way of saying that I don't buy it because I can't afford to pick up another theme. Like I recently added Technic stuff as a theme, and like I like creator expert stuff. I'll occasionally pick up city stuff, but like my big themes are Star Wars, if you couldn't guess it by, you know, the stuff in the background. Oh, and the shirt that I'm literally wearing today. I like Star Wars. I'm big into the Marvel stuff, and now like Lego's making a bunch of Spider-Man stuff that's kind of a spin-off of the Marvel stuff. I'll buy big creator vehicles, like I got the creator Porsche sitting here. Here's a bunch of noise about to happen. This is a set that I like so much that it stays on my desk even though I have nowhere to put it. This is the Porsche 911 that came out a little while ago. I love these big creator vehicles, and they're often expensive and very detailed, and I like them very much, but I have nowhere to display them. That to say, I think the Ninjago theme is awesome. Like this one, the City Gardens, I would love to own this, but I know it would just sit there. Don't do that, Chris Ayers. I know this would just sit in a closet somewhere, and I have nowhere to put it. I did almost buy stuff is not my favorite word. Jedi foolishness is my favorite word. I think that was my favorite word in high school. I haven't thought about what my favorite word is these days. That's a weird question. In a Q&A, most people don't ask what favorite words are, but if you have a favorite word, leave it in the description, in the comments down below. See, I'm used to doing this stuff in an edited video. I would have edited this whole part out. This whole part could definitely be edited out. Ooh, Creator Expert 40s pickup truck. We will jump to that one too. If you guys want to know what I think about sets, they're probably on the list because that's a part of everything that got announced in like the last couple of days. Also, hey Travis Joggle, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. I love the Ninjago theme, is what I'll say about it. I love the aesthetics of it. I love this whole like the Asian theme. I think it's beautiful. I think there's so much you can do with it, like building in like dragons and stuff and other cool stuff. Especially, I don't know if any of these sets, I'm assuming a lot of them are on Lego's website. They're probably on like the coming soon section. Now we're looking at Ninjago stuff, which isn't even on my list to talk about. The intersection that might get me to buy some Ninjago stuff is that they have some underwater based stuff, which I assume is a tie-in to something new happening on the show. I've never watched the show. I did almost buy the Lego Ninjago video game the other day because I was looking for a new game to play. So I almost bought that, but I started playing through Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4 and 5 through 7 again. But I love things that are underwater and nautically based. If you've watched my videos, you've probably heard me mention 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea as my favorite just thing ever. Book, movie, Disney ride. I love 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And this ship, specifically the Hydro Bounty, which is out in Europe and other places but doesn't come out in America until August 1st. This set is beautiful. Not discounting the fact that it reminds me very much of Captain Nemo's, I guess he had a big car in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which I don't even like that movie, but I like the fact that Captain Nemo is included in like this group of mythical, I don't know, whatever, superheroes or whatever. But if there was ever a time that would get me into Ninjago, it would be building large submarines or just general underwater stuff. And so Ninjago right now is kind of, they get me with this cool stuff. But the problem is Lego's release schedule, which I could talk about all dang day because we've had like 2 new sets come out since June. Again, Chris Ayers, why are you doing it? Why you got to do this to me? You got to troll me in my first stream ever. Is there only 10 seasons in Ninjago, Travis? Because I could catch up on that at some point, but I can't afford to add another theme. Like I've heard other people say that and it sounds weird, but like I like a theme that I can jump into. Like I've been talking about Speed Champion sets, which are still on the table behind me. Like I can jump into that theme because it's only really been going since 2015. And so at this point, I realized I own every 8 stud wide Speed Champions vehicle and they're on the table, and like I like a theme I can jump into and just kind of have everything from it, excluding the 6 stud wide vehicles going on. Do I like tacos? I live in Central Texas, my dude. I love tacos. I ate tacos recently. That would have sounded better if I had just eaten some tacos. If my brother-in-law would buy me some tacos for my birthday, probably some Lego for my birthday, I would accept it. But I'd accept tacos too. Maybe we'll get tacos soon. Give me some Torchies. What's the Torchies taco of the month? Y'all want to get off topic? This is a live stream. Also, because this is a live stream, I may reveal some personal information. Please don't steal my credit card or Bitcoin wallet address. What's your taco of the month? How do I see it? How do I see it? I'm only gonna do this bit for like a minute. If I can't find this quickly, then the bit's done. Probably on like tacos. Ooh, it's the tuk tuk. You know what's funny? This dang thing. We're tying it back to Lego. Look at this, guys. I planned it. All right, it's not. If it doesn't show up in search results, then I didn't plan it so well. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hang on, it's planned. This was planned. Someone was supposed to jump in a chat, talk about the tuk-tuk. I was going to talk about torchies, and then we were gonna circle back to this. There it is, an on brick set. You can see it's on the list of sets that I want, but this set somehow has eluded all of us. No, that's Bruiser. All right, this set, it's on my want list. I've been to the Lego store many times since this set was released. Was this like a January 1st release? It was either January or early 2021 release, and it's a little set, and I was like, that looks cool. I want that, and I have never been able to find it anywhere. But Tuk Tuk is a Lego set and the taco of the month at Torchies. I feel like I've had this in previous years. Maybe I've just had something like that, but that's a good sounding taco right there. Also, if I do anything that's like out of frame or sounds weird or doesn't show up well, I'm not watching my like stream feed as much as I should be. Also, if I'm looking to the sides, I have monitors on either side of me. Like there's nothing up here. If I'm looking up here, there's just like maybe there's a mosquito in my office, which has been known to happen as well. We're done with tacos for now. Please don't dox anybody, especially not me. Also, Bruiser, please don't show up at my door, which I've been tempted to do many times during your live streams. It's just like throw things at your closet window to get your attention or freak you out or something, but I've yet to do it, so you better not do it to me. Okay, we've talked Ninjago, which wasn't on the list. We've talked Technic, which was a lot further down the list. We started to talk about the BrickLink Designer Program, and I kind of hope my wife isn't watching because I bought some stuff on here that I had no intention to buy. So the BrickLink Designer Program, we talked about this in, well, that's good. Maybe I'll look online and just pick up the tuk-tuk. So I made a separate video about this. I made a video the day before any of this stuff went live, when we still didn't know a lot about this program. We now know about this program. I would say it was a success. If you would read anything that any Lego quote-unquote fan is saying about this program online, you would think it's a massive failure. But if Lego had intended to sell some of these sets, which previously were not going to be created at all, they'd have succeeded very much. This was a crowdfunding program, quote unquote. We were talking about this at dinner last night. Shout out to Bruiser. I'm going to call you Bruiser in this sense, even though your full name is literally on the screen right now. So at dinner last night, we were talking about this, that I think that this program was poorly named. They should never have called it crowdfunding, because it was just pre-ordering a set, and then basically anything that you pre-ordered would have gotten successfully created, except for these two projects that didn't. But you had the opportunity to pre-order some of these sets, and then they would get created. There's still some unknowns. Like, are these coming in actual official Lego boxes? Who knows? We know they're not coming with paper instructions. They will not be sold in Lego stores. They will be exclusive. They are on already being listed on eBay by resellers who are basically from Mos Eisley, because the resellers are a wretched hive of scum and villainy. I think it was Richard from Brickscene who had posted a bunch of the eBay listings right off the bat of like people trying to resell these sets for like $1,000 for a set that was 180 bucks. So I was eyeballing this Pursuit of Flight set because I like aviation and I like mechanics and Legos. It was reasonably priced. I'm a big fan of JK Brickworks as a creator. He makes super cool mechanical creations, and so that's the only set that I was really eyeballing. And then I was watching these sets kind of when the program first launched. It was 10 a.m. my time. It was like 4 p.m. I think England time. I have no idea what the rest of the times were in the rest of the world, but I know some parts of the world would have had to wake up wicked earlier. And then if you didn't, the set that sold out first was this Castle in the Forest, which I said that looks cool. I had no intention of purchasing, and then the pre-orders filled up very quickly. And then within a half an hour, I think it was about a half an hour, they hit the 5,000 total sets that would be sold. And they got sold out very quickly. I FOMO'd into this set because I didn't want to miss out on a set. I saw it going up so quickly. I was like, maybe a lot of people will like this set. And I was like, I do like Castle. And I was a big fan of the Forestman Castle theme. Like there were several sub themes within the big Castle genre. The Forestman was like the Robin Hood like spin-off of Castle stuff. That's one that I had a bunch. And this one kind of reminds me of that whole look and whatnot. So I FOMO'd in and I bought this one. I was like, I'll try to put an order through if I'm able to get through, because the site obviously got bogged down. And I did. I bought this. And then I was like, well, this one's getting filled up too. I'm going to miss it if I don't buy it. And so I bought this one too. And I also, like, I really like this fishing boat, and that I would have bought that one, and I should have bought the fishing boat instead of the castle at this point. Like, that's the regret I will feel. But I'll still be happy with both of those when they eventually do ship. So I bought both of these, and I had no intention of doing so. I'm happy. I assume I'll be happy with that. Also, do I play video games, Jedi? I do. Video games are like my second love. I literally, there's an Xbox controller right in front of me. I play an Xbox. I'm a console gamer. I'm streaming from a Mac right now, so I don't have a PC. That's not an option for me. What's this cord go to? Probably nothing important. Yeah, I love video games. That's like my second love after Lego, after fourth love after my family, and then Lego, and then there's probably things above those things. But I like video games as much as I like Lego stuff. So this program, I think, was a relative success. Does this one have all the other projects? There are still 2 more rounds of crowdfunding to be had. The funny thing is, I think like BrickLink just tweeted something today. I saw it on like an Instagram story, which is a weird way to like communicate as a company with your followers. But like I saw just an announcement from them today that was like, hey, we're hearing your feedback on this program. We're going to do better. Stay tuned for like updates on the program in the coming days or whatever. So I think within the next couple of days, we'll get an update on how the program will progress. You know what's fun? I wanted to follow the progress of the program, and being a web developer, I was like, this is probably built in React because everything is built in React. And I was like, give me this component rather. And I was like, show me the components. And if you jump to these, you could see like the progress, like the exact numbers of, what was actually selling and whatnot. I clicked on a thing that's going to go to a different page. But like in reality, this one looked like it only had like only 5,000 that you could buy. This is easier if I do it in a different window. Now they're showing 5,000. But the actual numbers that were showing before, it was like there were 5,500 castles in the forest that were being sold, which wasn't possible. And so I was kind of tracking the exact numbers, because obviously they have to have some real numbers to be able to drive like what the code is behind these actual things. But it's a hobby of mine to go into websites that are like, we don't want to show you the real numbers, and be like, I can find the real numbers because you're using React, which everyone uses. But I don't actually use React as a web development tool. Chris Harris, did you just say you don't have a PC? Because I specifically recall you getting a free $3,000 PC from Dr. Lupo. If you haven't heard of Dr. Lupo, he's a pretty good streamer. A lot of the people here probably like him decently. I like watching him play Tarkov. Anyone in that Tarkov wipe going on? Again, I don't play on PC, and I don't know if Tarkov is available anywhere else. Chris Ayers proceeded to get a brand new several $1,000 streaming PC, put it in his garage, filled it with sawdust, and it has not worked since, as far as I know. But I at some point, actually, I'll need to build a PC at some point, assuming I'll do more streaming stuff at some point. And Chris Ayers, I'll need to get some help on that PC building process. Also, the funny thing is, this was the 1 week that I was like, oh, I'll delay the Josh build stuff. I won't make a video last Saturday because LegoCon was going on. And so I didn't make a Josh update stuff last Saturday. And then, so I didn't do that because I made a LegoCon reaction video instead. And, I saw everyone else's reactions to LegoCon, and everyone was like freaking out, man. I was just in a different stream, which we'll also talk about more, because on Josh Update stuff, there is a shout out Saturday portion. So stay tuned if you are in the shouted out people's, spoiler, I don't think any of you will be, because the people that I wanted to shout out already messaged me that they can't make it live here today. Also, if I have any form of indigestion or disability to talk when I'm making an edited video, I can edit that part out. I can't do that today. LegoCon was a weird convention that Lego put on that didn't have an audience. Like, parts of it should have appealed to children, and then parts of it should have appealed to adults. They talked to real-life astronaut Mike Massimino for a long time, which was cool and fine, but like, it's like a 2 or 3 hour dang show, and they didn't announce anything new. We didn't talk about the new Republic gunship, which is coming out later this year or never, as far as we know. I don't know. Hey, there's me. Do I like Speed Champions, and do I recommend Speed Champions? My dude. Go watch this video right here. I made a whole separate video. 900 views, that's pretty good. I made a whole separate video talking about them beautiful Speed Champions sets, because
we get to the point.
Don't listen to yourself talking. What's he doing? I love Speed Champions, specifically the 8 stud wide vehicles. On the table behind me are all of the 8 stud wide vehicles that were featured in this video that we're looking at right now. I'm a big fan of Speed Champions. I would recommend them to anyone who has any remote interest in cars, because if you don't like cars, you won't like that series. I was saying that, I said it in the video. You could go watch it in the video, but like, if there are a lot of things about other Lego sets and themes, this being a great example. Like, a submarine appeals to me whether or not I like Ninjago. Like, a Lego set of a Corvette Stingray doesn't appeal to me unless I like at least cars. Like, it would help if I like Corvettes specifically. So I would recommend Speed Champions to anyone who likes cars. If you don't, skip it. But I think they're fantastic little sets. They're like 20 bucks a piece, and like, they're fun little builds. Someone did like leave a good comment that was like, the builds don't last very long. And I'm like, that's true. If you're in it for the build process, it's not the same as a big new set or something. But there's plenty to be appreciated about them. I love them. I hope Lego makes a whole bunch more of them, and then I will buy them. But we're probably not getting a bunch of them because they just came out with a bunch of new ones in, what was it, June 1st, I think it was. Speed Champion. So LegoCon was I don't want to say it was a bust, but actual things that were revealed at LegoCon were things that we'd all already seen, assuming you follow Lego news as much as I do. Some of those things which were reviewed at LegoCon were some new Lego Star Wars sets, which we'll talk about, I don't know, I guess now. Now's as good a time as any. Are they even on my list today? They are on my list. We got 3 new Lego Star Wars sets that were officially announced, which I have not really looked at the details of. They are the Imperial Light Cruiser, which was rumored as being called Moff Gideon's cruiser, because this is the cruiser from the Mandalorian show that Moff Gideon was flying around in, that Fennec Shand did not get aboard, did she, in that episode? This is it's like a new, smaller Star Destroyer. It's the big set in the next line. These are coming out on August 1st. We've known about them for a long time because all these sets leaked a long time ago. But now they are officially announced as of like last week, and we can see what's going on here. I have plenty of opinions about this set, some of which I will tell you right now. I wish the Darksaber was like a normal sword that was in black, not like this Darksaber, which is a normal lightsaber. I get it. They wanted a little bit of like the consistency of like, this is still a lightsaber, but the Darksaber doesn't look like normal lightsabers. Just make a sword piece in black. I love this feature that the TIE fighters shoot out the front of this thing, because that was super cool to see in the show itself. I think this will be cool as like a Lego set. It won't be too huge. I think I will get it because I like Star Wars stuff. The minifigure selection is cool, decent enough. I like that we're getting that Dark Trooper guy. Is that what those things were called? This guy, the Dark Trooper fella. I was curious what they would look like in minifigure form, and most of the themes that I collect don't actually get this like extra armor bit going on a minifigure, and so it's cool that he's got like the shoulder and chest plate going on. That's cool. Also, someone correct me if Fennec Shand, who is this girl, she is the bounty hunter girl. She appears in this show, in Clone Wars, she's appearing now in the Bad Batch, not to spoil it. I'm not even caught up on the Bad Batch, but she's a bounty hunter that's appeared in a lot of stuff. She's cool, super cool character. I like her. I'm excited to have her as a minifigure. I don't know if she's appeared as a minifigure before, but I don't know if she was on Moff Gideon's cruiser, which was like the last episode or two of The Mandalorian Season 2. Also, yeah, we're getting Cara Dune going on here, which a lot of people are like controversial about, like, because the actress who plays her kind of, I don't know, she's kind of a bad person, for lack of better words. But like as far as like, should we make minifigures of her? Some people are fine. Like, it's just like separate the character from the person, which I'm fine doing as an argument. I have no problem with her character being included in the as minifigure form. I have the ATST Raider, or whatever they called it, from season 1. She's I don't care. Most of the stuff that Lego. I'll say this. I'm going to go to full screen, and then I'm going to forget to go back to not full screen, so someone remind me when that happens. I'll say this. Most of the stuff that people freak out about in like the Lego world or the Star Wars world, and both of those things are things that people care about a whole bunch and have very strong opinions on. Both of those things are also things that a lot of younger people care about. Younger people are growing up with the internet, and they just spout off whatever to the internet. And I am not a young person. I still care about stuff. Like, I like stuff, but like, I just do not have the time or the energy to be like, LegoCon was ridiculous and the BrickLink Designer Program is broken and cancel Cara Dune and all this nonsense. Like dudes, it's just stuff, man. It's stuff that we like, that we're a fan of, that like, I don't know. I just want to hang out with my friends and talk about the stuff that I like. And like, that's why I started a YouTube channel. Like, I'm not trying to change the world, or like, it's the problem is that controversy gets clicks, right? And if I post every video and I'm like, this is the worst thing ever, and cancel this person and whatever, like, that for sure people are gonna care about that or click on that, but like, that's not me. I don't want to do that. Speaking of controversy, look, I didn't forget to go back to a different scene. Speaking of controversy, this is Boba Fett's starship, not the Slave One, which is the name of Boba Fett's starship. Obviously, it was named in, 1980, when it first appeared in Empire Strikes Back. Someone correct me? Either Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Revenge of the Sith of the Jedi, Episode 6. Boba Fett's starship is called the Slave One. If you Google that kind of stuff right now, everyone's just freaking out because they're not calling it the Slave One. Like, who cares what they call it? I personally am just excited. This is like the second of the 3 new Star Wars sets that kind of got announced at LegoCon, were already leaked before. Jedi said he wants to buy me eyeballs. I accept. I will accept your ocular donation. You could just send me the money to get new eyeballs also. I'm actually unsure how to react to that, so I'm going to continue reacting to it more instead of moving on like the manual of how to stream recommended I do. They said don't focus too long on any one thing. They said don't have dead air. They said a lot of things to not do that I'm and I'm going to go ahead and do. This is Boba Fett's starship. Everyone knows it's called the Slave One, so who really cares what it's called? They didn't call this one Moff Gideon's cruiser. Are people freaking out, complaining about that? If anything, maybe they're just trying to appeal to like a wider audience. I don't even think I'll address that in my review of this set when I actually do it. I'm just excited about something that I may be able to display in the background. Another thing that they said to not do it, we don't know exactly why they're not calling it by its name. The assumption is that there's a negative connotation just around the word slave, which totally makes sense, especially considering the last year that we've had and like all the stuff that's going on. That like, I agree with all the stuff that's going on. Like, we're moving in a good direction towards acceptance and like good things for more people, and like that's all really great stuff. But Lego is not making official announcements on what this is. Personally, I don't care. I'm just excited to have another Slave One at this same scale. Also, look at this. You get the new Boba Fett figure along with the Mandalorian with arm printing. And I don't even care that much about minifigures personally, but like, I like a good set of arm printing, and I like Boba Fett as a character. And look, that's a really great looking Boba Fett minifigure if you ask me. Here's what I like the most about this ship. It's its size. And will I open a P.O. box? Let me get back to you in 1 second. I'm going to show you something. Another thing that I said don't do when you're live streaming is to just like walk away for extended period of times and rummage through closets behind you. But check this out. This is not what I went to go get originally. YouTube lacks a lot of things like cool emotes and stream interaction stuff, Chris Ayers, but this is where the channel is. Look what I got. This is one of, if not my favorite Lego set in Lego Star Wars that's been released in years. This is the UCS Slave One. I don't know when this came out. This is a fantastic set. It's huge and hard to display. Mine's a little sun damaged. I had it displayed next to a window for a little while. But I love this set very much because I think this ship is cool. I think Boba Fett's cool as a character. This is how I store my Lego sets. I put them in giant Ziploc bags so that even if pieces fall off of them, they don't fall apart completely. It's in a big bag, Chris Ayers. Chill out. I think I own most iterations of the Slave One that have been created up to this point. This is the UCS, right? Yeah, that's it. What I was really going to look for, hold on. What I was really going to look for was the Slave One that came with the Cloud City set from a few years ago. Not the Cloud City, which retails for like this one, which goes for crazy amounts of money on, oh, we're not dual. See, I knew that happened. There's been several Cloud Cities obviously created in Lego. One of them retails for a crazy amount. This one, like, you can't rebuy this on the secondhand market because it's a ridiculous price. This one I own, and I bought sometime after it had been released for a long time and it was deeply discounted. I'm hoping you do the same with the Mos Eisley Cantina set. Why are you all about them minifigures? This is why. This set, I had this piece stored somewhere. If you look on the table behind me, there is like, that's the base of this Cloud City set, or at least most of it, like sitting back there because I use it as an example in like in my last video. Oh, what's up, Claire? Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. That's the Plastic Architect who will feature in a segment that I teased a minute ago, not to tease things further, but while we're talking about Boba Fett's starship, this I've said multiple times when talking about other, do you mind if I leave a link to the Lego pickup truck in chat on Lego's website? Don't worry, my dude, I have a link in my Word document. Are you talking about this pickup truck? This pickup truck? Because I got a link to it. I showed that set to my wife. Every once in a while I'll show sets to my wife because I know they will appeal to her because they look like products that you can purchase around Christmas time at Target. Let me get to the point, people. The only people stopping me are me. This looks like a really cool scale of Boba Fett's starship because it looks similar to the scale that was featured in this version of Cloud City. It's like, I mean, it's hard to say what size it's like. It's like a really like small swooshable scale set. Granted, it was like an accessory to the rest of this entire set. Like this, it had like a landing pad on the corner of this set where you can set that ship down. It's like one of my favorite scales of the Boba Fett starship, and it looks like that's what we're getting in this scale. So I'm excited about it. Also, you can like flip up this little vehicle thing. I don't know if they show it. Yeah, you can flip up this like the little, it's hilarious that Boba Fett's like driving his ship around in this little thing. But it's cool that there's a way to display this mostly difficult to display set because it lands on its back and all that junk. That is one of the 2 new Star Wars sets that we kind of talked about. This is the other one, Imperial Armored Marauder. I think like our Mandalorian heroes. Yep, Lauren, you know what I'm talking about. Our Mandalorian heroes, they hijack one of these things in a later episode in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I, as someone who doesn't usually care about minifigures, I care about stormtroopers. Anything to say now, Tupac? Now's your chance. All right. I care about stormtroopers. And look, this one is painted slightly yellow. Yeah. So I care about him. Also, what's his name? Grief Karga? Yeah, I like that dude. He's cool. This guy's got a mortar and everything. This will be a fun little set. $40, a little overpriced, but hey, that's what we do. And I guess now for the piece, I don't know. Minifigures are cool. I look forward to buying that set. I'm gonna buy him. It's like a given if I buy him. I don't want that Jedi. Now I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer. No, I don't want any body parts donated. If you would like to donate the monetary equivalent of a body part, I will accept that. But the actual body parts, someone asked earlier if I will open a P.O. box. Foxy, that was you. I have considered it, and then I Googled it for a few minutes, and I was like, this seems like work, man. And then I went on to do something else. So I just know that I consider it, but like, I don't know. People aren't going to send me stuff. If people would like, if I knew people were going to send me stuff, sure, I'll open stuff up. This guy, which is on my list. No, Claire, Plastic Architect. Let's jump down to that section later on, because look here, I'll prove it. I've changed my mind, Jedi. I'll prove it on this show, which is quickly losing all direction. On this show, this is Josh updates stuff, where I update you on stuff going on in my life and the life of the world of Lego and other stuff as well. One of the things that I had the privilege of being able to do this week was hang out on this lovely live stream that is called Thoughtful Bricks. It is hosted by a lovely lady named Michaela, who is also an Austin local. What up, BFAB? Good to see you. You really do appear in every Lego stream. Like, I see you everywhere, and I'm just like one to lurk, and then you're here, and that's, boy, oh boy. So I had the privilege of being able to be a part of this lovely Lego stream, which is Thoughtful Bricks. It is where we get to merge our love of Lego and something very important, which is mental health. And on this Saturday, Josh Updates Stuff segment, I like to do a little shout out Saturday. And today's shout out Saturday goes to the lovely ladies that got to join me on this stream. Michaela personally already got to I already talked about her on a shout out Saturday. She's also local, and she's trying to get me to join the local Austin Lug, and it takes me a month to click any link that someone sends me because I procrastinate things. But today's shout out Saturday is to 2 actual real life living my dream architects who also love Lego very much. That's Claire on the bottom left. She is the plastic architect. This is Jamae on the top right. I believe they're both in the California general West Coast area. They're 2 awesome people and awesome creators. And Jamae was usually just on Instagram, but now she is on YouTube as well, and just had her first cool live stream with her partner, and they talked about plants and other cool stuff. And now I want to buy more succulents, even though I don't own any at the time. Claire is a real life architect who lives in, I believe, the San Francisco area, and she's making cool content, and she likes Lego as much as the rest of us like Lego. And the fun thing is, Massachusetts, I thought she was on the West, I thought she was on Cali BrickLink with y'all. Do you guys let people that aren't in California be on that? Probably not. Probably I'm just generalizing, which is what I do. Also, now we're just watching a different stream. Look, there's me talking from the same place that I talked from. But shout out to both of those people. Find their links. If you're watching this as a VOD, I'll put their links in the description below. If you're watching right now, just Google their stuff, because they're not there right now. Those are super cool people. That was a fun stream talking about mental health. It's such a cool thing. Do I do Nerf, Travis? That's I just bought my kid a Nerf gun, but I mean, I don't, but my kids do. That was a cool stream. Shout out to them. Someone asked a different question. It was not about eyeballs, body parts. Do I like Nerf? Maybe it was another question. That's okay though. Also, I hope you guys still hear some chill music in the background. Not right now. I think it's like between songs or something. Also, I hope it's DMCA free. Otherwise, this ain't gonna be a VOD. Josh updates stuff. We're still updating, y'all. We're still going. Personal updates. Don't spoil it. My youngest kid turned 2. I was gonna say my 2-year-old turned 2, which is true, but he is a 2-year-old now. We almost talked about this pickup truck. Let's do that now. It's on a list of everything. We might as well talk about it. This I showed to my wife because, what's up, Ship a Brick? We already talked about that Ford F-150. I'm glad you think it's cool. I think it's all right. I'm not a pickup truck guy. I'm a minivan guy. Like, I was at Home Depot today picking up some 2x4s, like cheap, like the cheaper 2x4s that I don't usually buy, like the $5 2x4s, because the 2x4s I usually buy are like $11, man. $11 for the 2x4s I used to pay $3.50 for or something. Like, get out of my face. But I don't have a pickup truck, but I can fit a bunch of wood in my minivan. Like, I literally went to go get some 8-foot boards today, and like I can slide them right between my center seats. I got the fold flat back row of seats, and so literally, like, I'm hauling. I can put 8-foot boards in there and close the back door. I can put 10-foot boards in there if I prop them up on the dash, and I can still close the back door. I can haul 12-foot boards in there. I mean, as long as we're going up by normal increments. I can put a lot of wood in my van. Don't do it, Crusaders. Don't do it. Follow Crusaders on Twitter. I believe he goes by Bruiser somewhere there or whatever. He's my brother-in-law. He's hanging out here. He brought a bunch of his people to hang out. Also, I consider these people your people. The F-150 looks cool. I'm not a pickup truck guy. If this wasn't releasing either in August or October with like so much else that's coming out, I might consider getting it. But like right now, it'll be hard to justify this one. What do I think about the Lego shoe? Oh boy. First, the Christmas truck. It's not even like marketed as this, but like that's what it is. First the Christmas truck, then the Lego shoe. Don't let me forget, unless it's fine that I do. This set I showed to my wife because I was like, hey babe, you know that like vintage old pickup truck that's everywhere in Target that's hauling a Christmas tree in the back of it? And she was like, yeah, I love that truck. And I was like, well, Lego did too, because they surprise announced a new pickup truck, which I actually really appreciate. I appreciate the fact that it comes out in October, not in August with everything else. But there's a bunch else that was announced in October too. Whether or not I buy sets like this is like, excuse me, I would edit out this part in the video, and then I would say the same thing again. But I can't do that here live. Most of like the reason I buy sets, because I would buy every set that we're talking about today. But the only sets that I buy all of at this point are Star Wars and maybe Marvel. Like half of the reason that I buy a set is because I want it. More than half of the reason that I buy a set is if it's released at a time that I would like I can actually get it. But at this point, Lego releases like everything on one day. It's like everything comes out January 1st and then March 1st and then June 1st. And then in America, we got nothing until August. And that's when there's a stinking a wave of stuff that's coming. Lego, I think, is announced. They're acknowledging that like this is clearly like a trope of a Christmas vehicle that's being used by throwing a wreath at us. I don't think they wanted to put a Christmas tree in here with enough pieces, but like I love this vibe. It's like old school, like farmers market vibe. Like I think this thing looks really cool. I like the scale of vehicle. I think that the construction process would be a lot of fun. I think my house has some farmhouse elements in it enough that I could take some pictures of this with like my shiplap fireplace in the background. I'm not going to call you that, Jedi. We can talk about normal stuff if you want. Also, did I say hey to you, Mark? I don't know, but hey, Mark. Also, thanks, BFab. I'm glad you liked my my LegoCon video. I'm surprised you like such a neutral tone on things when the rest of the world is freaking out. But I guess when the rest of the world goes crazy, sometimes we just need someone talking normal. Oh, that's a fun little touch. Look at that. Instead of like an old school like vintage Ford or like Toyota logo going on in the background, like Lego instead. Why did I get the Ghostbusters set? In terms of timeline, I got the Ghostbusters set because I love Ghostbusters. like to a decent degree. There are many franchises that I like more than Ghostbusters, but I love Ghostbusters. And speaking of not running to your closet multiple times in the same video, check this out. There are some sets which I cannot bring myself to take to the storage unit. Also, there is a vlog on my channel somewhere about me going to the storage unit, because unfortunately this small office behind me is the only place where there is any Lego in my house, with the exception of the flower bouquet, which came out late last year, early this year, I don't remember. The flower bouquet is the only Lego set which is in my living room. It is on the mantle of our fireplace because it looks cool. Every other Lego set is either in this office or in the storage unit, which is not far from my house, where I have a bunch of my Lego. There are some sets which I cannot bring myself to take to the storage unit. This Ecto one is one of them, even though it doesn't even fit in like a bag, and so it's just loose here. It literally is sitting in my closet loose. I like this set so much. Sometimes I take it down and just dang look at it. But Back to the Future is not even like, same Richard. Back to the Future is not my favorite classic 80s, 90s movie franchise that's around. My favorite, can you guess what it is? It's Star Wars. My second favorite, like from that era, is probably Back to the Future, which is funny because it was either this pickup truck or this pickup truck. Whatever the set number here is the same set number that was rumored to be the like large scale Back to the Future DeLorean time machine set that is still kind of rumored, but now slightly less rumored that the set number is being used for a different set. So I don't think that rumor is squashed. I think Lego would be foolish to not make a DeLorean time machine in the same scale as this Ecto 1. Also, I'm not showing my screen again. As the same Ecto 1. Maybe we're all talking about, like, none of us have any room to put any Lego, and we keep just buying more Lego. There needs to be a new thing. Jedi, I appreciate the Star Wars reference, but we gotta get off the eyeballs, man. Like, go to ears. Should I encourage? I'm not gonna encourage you. Hey, Jamay, did you miss your shout out? Because you got a shout out, Jamay, on Shout Out Saturday on Josh Update Stuff, which is now apparently a live show that I'm doing right now. We were talking about that Thoughtful Bricks episode that we were on, saying what up, and the two people on Shout Out Saturday today were Jamay and Claire, who are both real life architects, and that's what I wanted to be when I was a child, and now I'm a web developer, which ain't bad. I talked about that earlier too, but web development's great, and it's a great way to make money to fund your Lego hobby. Where were we? We talked about this pickup truck. I think it looks great. I think it'll have a great reception. I think it's super cute as a Lego set. Whether or not I buy it, we'll see. But I like this creator big scale vehicles. I don't like how much I like a bunch of these cars, because like if Lego made half of the Speed Champions cars in large creator scale, I would have trouble, man. We did talk about the Technic. The couple new Technic sets, which, yeah, we talked about these. My opinion on them was that I'm glad that I don't like them very much, because I'm not tempted to get them. But like, I look forward to other people appreciating these sets because I can watch their stuff on them. But like, I will appreciate the heck out of the mechanics going on with this tow truck, because those are going to be sweet. One of these was remote control. Is it this one? Yeah, this one is overpriced because it's got the motor and it's got the remote control functionality going on. I appreciate all of it, but the only new Technic set that's been announced right now that I would consider is the F-150. And even that is like a really strong maybe. But like, these prices, I don't know where you're located, Ship a Brick, but like, these prices make me frightened. Is an adjective that I chose to pick here. These are cool though. They look really cool, but like, I don't need more construction vehicles unless it's like an actual construction vehicle. If there is the rumored what is that thing called? A bulldozer. I need to ask Blippy what that thing's called. If they do come out with a bulldozer, I'll consider getting that. Do I have the 007 car as like a big, beautiful creator vehicle? No, and I got another dude that comments on my channel very often, and I appreciate it very much. Sam the cat something. And he raves about the 007 car. That one, beautiful. Really? What is it? Aston Martin? Aston Martin not doing so hot in the F1 season this year. Like they looked super promising. No, that was Alpine. No, Aston Martin is what was Racing Point last year, right? They were very promising as Racing Point last year. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're Aston Martin now. Now we got Sebastian Vettel, and now we're not as good as we were before. But like, I like the Aston Martin car brand. I also like them as an F1 team. I think this set is very cool. Are these all the images they give you on this one? This car is sweet, and it's got so many cool features that they managed to fit into this thing that are all, they obviously are the features that are in James Bond's car. I'm like a decent James Bond fan. I like the newer stuff going on. You can buy this for relatively cheap. I think this one I'll wait until it's on a big sale, and then I'll get it. Every once in a while I'll buy a Lego set just for me. I do remember the shoe. I'm not forgetting the shoe. That was what I was going to go to next. But the lovely thing is that there's a chat. And the chat can tell me about other things. We'll talk about the shoe. It's on the list. It's on the list. We talked about you. We talked about you and you. We didn't talk about Seinfeld, but we will. No, I don't have that. Yes, I would like it. I will probably buy it on discount if I have such an opportunity. Let's talk about the shoe. Yeah, BFAB, you're a minifigure guy. You guys care about minifigures. Like, personally, couldn't care less if there's a minifigure with this thing. Like as much as I would love a Sean Connery minifigure, now I'm trying to think. Like, a lot of times it's fun to be like, what actor has had the most minifigures made of them? And I think it's still like Chris Pratt because of the Lego movies and the Jurassic World stuff and Jurassic Park stuff. But like, I don't think Sean Connery's ever been created as a minifigure. Like, we've gotten Samuel L. Jackson as a minifigure because of Mace Windu and stuff. I talked about the shoe. This is the shoe. Lego made a shoe. This was announced a few weeks ago. Foxy, I like the light kit. The idea of a light kit for a set. I know I'm getting a little distracted here. I like the idea of a light kit for sets, especially like the Ecto 1. Sean Connery does play Indy's dad, which they did make Indiana Jones sets. That's a line I would love to see come back as Indiana Jones. We're talking about the shoe, guys. We are. But also, yes, Sean Connery was Indiana Jones' dad, who probably has minifigures. Also, I've played that video game. It's pretty good. Light kit for the Ecto 1, I would get. But in all honesty, I only got the light kit for the McLaren, which, if you weren't here earlier, we were looking at this sucker who is... he's missing. We're still talking about the shoe, guys. Don't worry. It's still on the screen until right now when it's no longer on the screen. We were talking about the McLaren Senna and a light kit, but in all honesty, I only got this light kit because the company messaged me on Instagram and were like, hey, will you make a post about a light kit? And I was like, yeah, okay. And they're like, we'll send you one. But like, this is a mess. This is not fun. And like, I don't want to... DCL, what's up, man? You are a common commenter across my channel, so I appreciate you being able to make it out here live. Right now we're talking about a shoe, if you can't tell. This is not the shoe about which we are talking. Prepositions should go at the end of a sentence, except when they shouldn't. Look, it's a shoe. But I don't want to ruin the dang Ecto 1 with a bunch of cords under it. Like, I'll have to look at some reviews of light kits, but it's also like, that's a big extra bunch of work to put into a set, in my opinion. I am not a shoe guy. I know people who are shoe guys, and the shoe market is like the dang new video game console market is like the Lego market in a lot of ways. Like, there are some things that are coming about. I don't like the fact that Lego is dipping its toes, pun intended, into like this same like bunch of I don't want to call it controversy, but like there's stuff with markets these days where it's like, hey, hope you bought this set like the first second that it was available. Shout out to the Castle in the Forest, because otherwise you don't get it. And it's like, I would love to buy a new Xbox Series X, but like I don't have the energy to sign up for 9 different alert bots that'll tell me when one might be in stock that I could try to buy it. That being said, the shoe looks cool, and I think appeals to people who are a part of that shoe culture. I personally am not a part of the shoe culture. I'm barefoot right now, but I think it's against the TOS to show my feet, unless that's just a Twitch thing, in which case I'm still not going to do that because I don't feel like it. If like there was any shoe that I like better, I guess it would be like a Nike shoe. I'm sure this is a cool shoe for people, again, who like shoes. I think I might have bought something, assuming that this gift purchase, this little fella, assuming that this was still applicable when you bought some of these sets, I think I may be getting one of these. I don't know that it will merit making a video about by itself, but hey, there's a chance I'll be desperate for some content, and I'll be like, look, he has a boombox, and maybe I'll get a real boombox for a video. I don't know. That seems like a lot of effort for a free dang shoe. You didn't like the shoe, and now you do like the shoe. I don't know. It's just like, it's just a shoe. Like I said it in a different Josh Update stuff when we were talking about like when they had first announced it, and like I had said, if someone had showed me this set a year ago and said, hey, Lego's like, here's an official Lego set, I'd be like, no, that's not like Lego wouldn't make a set about just like a shoe. Like it's got a real shoelace in there. Lego wouldn't do that. And then sure enough, there it is. But like along the same sense, like I was saying earlier, if you're not a car person or like don't like cars, just even at like as like a general hobby, you're not going to like Speed Champion sets. Same with this. Not everything appeals to everyone. I hope that this sells well, but not well enough that they keep making more shoes, because I don't really need that. Even though I guess people like their merch and stuff. I don't know. That's the shoe. That's my opinion on the shoe. I'm like really middle of the road on it, which is my opinion on most things. But like, I am balancing on the fence about liking or disliking this shoe. Like I've got one of those long poles that people would use to like balance on like a tight rope. Is it a tight rope or a type rope? Which type of rope is used? Whatever it is, I got one of them poles that I'm using to balance across the new fence that my father-in-law just put in on our shared backyard. Shout out to Chris Ayers for being the only person that would know that reference, because he lives the next street over. That's the shoe. It's a shoe. It's a shoe. I agree, Ship a Brick. I also feel pretty middle of the road about Winnie the Pooh, but like I still kind of would like that set, but anytime I like check for it just at a cursory glance, it's not been available. I agree, BFAB, that I am always a fan when Lego does something different. Like the helmets were not the Star Wars helmets and stuff. Those were not a thing a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever. And like now they're a common thing just across the Lego realm. So like I'm with you. I love when Lego does anything new or different, whether or not it appeals to me specifically, because it means that they're likely to do stuff that does appeal to me and may be weirder. Granted, it's probably just going to be more expensive and another dang 18 plus set that I have a hard time passing up. Like if they like bonus, like surprise announce a DeLorean, what am I going to not buy the DeLorean? Of course I'm going to buy it day one. What do I think about the Lamborghini you said? The Lamborghini you said? Don't do it again, Josh. Don't walk away from your computer, and definitely don't leave your mic unmuted while you do so everyone can hear that chair making a bunch of noise. Getting there. We're getting there. I don't know why I wait till I have my headphones in to start talking. Like, that doesn't affect whether or not y'all can hear me. The Lamborghini. I know I said it like already. Look, it's too big to hold in front of the camera. The Lamborghini I can say with confidence it is my favorite Technic set of all time. It's not my favorite set of all time. It may be my favorite set of 2020. It is... Oof. Man. This set is so nice. This set does a horrible thing to me because this is the third large Technic set that LEGO has released like this. They also did the Bugatti. Which Bugatti was it? Was it the Chiron? It wasn't the other one. Yes, I did, Richard. The mismatching green is a thing, but again, I'm so middle of the road. It's not a thing big enough for me to care about, and it will not show up on camera if I try to show it here. But this is the third of like giant Technic LEGO vehicles that they've made. This one is my favorite because I like Lamborghinis better than Bugattis, or what was the other one? Was it a Porsche? The orange Porsche RSR 3 something or another? Like, it was the Chiron. Okay, Chiron. This is the Lamborghini Sion FKP 37 or 23. They only made like 23 of these cars in real life. LEGO also made this vehicle like in real large scale. Is that the way to say it? In full scale. They made a full scale Lamborghini. It doesn't drive. They made a drivable Lamborghini, or they made a drivable Bugatti Chiron that looks like the set. But I don't know if that one was made out of Technic. The giant Lamborghini that they made was made entirely out of Technic, which is super impressive. This set is beautiful. It's got so many cool, like, I guess it's got a couple of cool features. It's got an actual like real gearbox in there that like you can't see the mechanics in. I guess you kind of can. There's like a whole bunch of gear shifting stuff in there. Like you can go up to like 8 gears and stuff with paddle shifters that are located like behind the steering wheel. It's crazy. It's got a spoiler that pops up and stuff. I don't remember how to do it. I don't take the set out. By the end of the stream, we're going to have pulled every set out of my closet that I can't bring myself to either display or to take to storage. The mismatching green that Richard was referring to earlier, it's kind of just in this one kind of piece that I will point to now. It's just like this kind of Technic pin, which is like the one hole and the one pin. You can see it there. Otherwise, like if you look at this thing at a distance, you're not going to see the big Bugatti was also Technic. You're not going to see. Oh. What's a sizable set, fellas? That one was like $350 by itself. Because I got that one and I like it so much, it makes me really want the other two. And the Bugatti is still in stores right now. Maybe it'll be like a Christmas present if it's still out then. Yes, I do, Spectre. I do. You got the Porsche chip? I'm jealous. I feel like my brother has one. Maybe he got like the not Technic thing. A lot of people like, they don't even... did they fix the color change DCL? That's good. It's not that big of a deal, but that's fine. The Volkswagen. I don't have the Volkswagen van. I think it's cool. I like a lot of those vehicles, but because again, so much stuff releases along with like stuff I actually care about, I end up just not getting stuff that I like so much. Yeah, and the Porsche is discontinued. I wouldn't even want to like try to find that on aftermarket. Porsche. Also, if anyone is from overseas, and I am saying Porsche, and you would prefer to say Porsche, that is not how I say it. But I do watch a lot of, or I did watch a lot of Top Gear, and they would say Porsche. This one probably had the same, like, 9-speed actuated gearbox or something. I keep getting ads or like something comes across my Instagram feed of like the 3 big Technic vehicles displayed on a wall, like flat up on a wall like this with like a big piece of colored acrylic behind them, which all looks so cool. And it makes me want all of them even more. Was this only 300 at the time? This was back in like 2016 where I was still just like, I'll get a Lego Star Wars set every now and again. Why does my voice sound so different? I'm only 5 years in the past. I was a different person 5 years ago, man. I was a different person. The CN is my favorite, but I would like all of them because I like collecting things, and And so I wish I had all of them. Is it out of order on the Porsche? I've heard some interesting things about the gear stuff. And I'm like, I've said in plenty of videos that I'm like a casual car guy. And I definitely don't know like the intricacies of gearboxes and transmissions and stuff. But I've heard plenty of people being like, no, you were downshifting instead of upshifting. Like the cylinders move faster when you're in a lower gear, like per wheel revolution. Like there's a lot going into it. And I gladly don't really care about being wrong that much, because I am wrong so often that like it's not gonna bother me that much. But like I love the fact that Lego has such enthusiastic fans that things like a gearbox out of sequence issue would bother people enough, and then that fans would notice it despite designers and QA teams and all these people not noticing it, and then fans coming up with solutions on how to fix stuff. Like I love being a part of a fandom that is so passionate about all of these things. Jamae, thanks for hanging out. I recognize that you are in Massachusetts when I thought you were on the West Coast previously, so it is now close to bedtime. Say what up to Callie for me. Tell her that she makes me want to buy some succulents, and I don't know how to take care of plants. Do I have any of the Star Wars Turbo Tank Lego sets? That may have been in an era. Is that like no, that was in an era like when I wasn't buying much. I was buying in the 2012 to 20, like these in the 14 and 16 era. I was buying Lego Star Wars, but I would do a thing when I would walk through the Lego aisle or whatever, and I make up weird convictions in my own head of like why I will or won't buy things, or why I am or am not buying things, or any other way that we can form that same sentence. I make up things in my head where I'm like, all right, I'm only buying Lego Star Wars right now. And then I would be like, all right, well, I'm only buying original trilogy Lego Star Wars right now. And so I didn't buy Clone Wars stuff, even though I recognized that Clone Wars was in episode 2 and 3 and whatever. And some of these vehicles like appeared, like maybe you saw one of these suckers driving across the beach on Utapau, or not Utapau, on Kashyyyk or whatever. I was just not buying Clone Wars stuff. I didn't catch up on the Clone Wars series until later, in like after the whole thing was out. I kind of caught up, and even then I skipped episodes that were like about like the squad of 5 droids or whatever. I was like, why would this isn't relevant to the story. Don't give me these fluff filler episodes, which, like, speaking of filler episodes, there's some stuff going on in the Bad Batch from what I hear right now. Like, I just want to hear the big picture stories of Bad Batch stuff that are like how does the clones tie into the Caminos, tie into the like greater Tarkins hanging around, and like I want to know the bigger implications in the whole universe. And I know they can't do that the whole time. They got to give us this filler stuff, but like I don't know. There was a lot of the Clone Wars for me, so it was hard to like really get into it. But I appreciate Clone Wars sets now, and I'll buy them now. I bought like the latest wave of Clone Wars stuff. I paid $80 or $90 for Grievous's ship or whatever, but like I don't have any of the turbo tanks. I don't have an AT. I'm gonna get it wrong here. AT. Let's see what. Nope, not completing enough. Whatever the ship is that drops down the tanks. I don't have that one. I do have. Spoiler alert, I do have a Republic gunship, maybe the first Republic gunship that was made, which I'm looking forward to, because if the new one comes out, like I might have, it wasn't 2009, it wasn't 2013, I got the one with a couple of super battle droids in it. Now this is a tiny thing, what are you even doing to me? Galactic, Puccinos, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, just show me all them results. Not 2003. We're off topic. There is a list. There is an agenda. We've gotten to like a percentage of that agenda. Was it you? Do you have the super battle droids? You're tiny. I just went to you. You have the super battle droids. Is this Jedi Bob? That's like this small scale. I have a big one. I had this one. That's from 2013. There was a different one. I didn't even want to talk about having a Republic gunship. Maybe that's the one I have. No, because I don't have these dudes. That's the one I have, I guess. I guess that's the one I have. I was going to have to look this up at some point anyway. When the new one comes out, if the new one ever gets announced, I was going to hold it up next to this one because I have this set that was at my parents' house, one of like the few sets that survived from forever ago. I know I have this one because I got them super battle droids. I got that droidica going on. I guess I have this Jedi dude who is like, is that the like the Jedi Bob that everyone talks about or whatever? $700. Never mind, I don't have this set anymore. I have since sold it to fund all of the August 1st releases. I also don't have that Fast and the Furious Technic car. I appreciate it, but I don't care that much about the Fast and the Furious as a franchise. I also don't care that much about Dodge Chargers or Challengers. I don't know what it was that Dom drove in that. My brother had a Challenger for a little while, like in real life. He never let me drove it. He never let me drive it, and then he sold it because he had a baby, and that is what we all do. I skipped ever having a nice car. I went from a Toyota Corolla to a Dodge Grand Caravan minivan. Like just skip. I'll hit it. I'll get a midlife crisis eventually. I'll get a 77 Camaro painted like Bumblebee from the first Transformers movie. The new ones with Shia LaBeouf, not the old ones. I'm not there yet. I'm glancing at my agenda to see if we've hit anything on the agenda. We talked LegoCon, we talked the BrickLink Designer Program. We didn't even talk about new stuff that's actually out right now. Actually, shout out to Jang. There have been some new sets that actually got released on July 1st, which was 3 days ago at the time of making this video. One of which is the Frozen Castle. This is not a Lego Friends set, but it includes mini dolls, which are the Lego Friends equivalents of mini dolls. Not you, Shu. We already talked about Shu. I guess there's other stuff on this list that has been since announced. I prefer brick sets stuff, just their way of clicking through stuff, but then I don't know what to type in. Frozen. What's everyone's favorite Frozen movie? Frozen. I'm shivering right now. What's everyone's favorite Frozen movie? There's a right answer, people. There is a right answer. And it's not the first movie. What's everyone's favorite Frozen song? You can sing it in the chat. I don't think there's a chat limit or a profanity filter right now, but don't take advantage of that. Whatever. We'll look at this single picture of it. Here it is. It's an ice castle. Oh, that just links to the actual website. This set is great for collectors of trans blue pieces and for collectors of mini dolls. Otherwise, I am glad to pass on this. You don't need to help me fund sets. I make money. I just spend it on all kinds of things, like house renovations and stuff. Like I should start a second Josh Build Stuff channel that's just about building house stuff. Today, I was working on redoing the posts in front of our house to wrap them in cedar because we are millennials who like farmhouse general style stuff. I don't know if cedar is farmhouse, but I changed out the gable, which is a circular thing above a garage. I didn't know what a gable was. I changed that out. Now that's a cedar gable, and now we need the posts to match the gable. And so I'm working on wrapping the posts. Unfortunately, cedar only comes in 1x12s, which is like a nominal length of like, they're supposed to give you at least 11 3/8 inches, but like at least one of my boards is 11 1/4. And so I got to rework the whole dang posts. So Josh has been building stuff all day, just not Lego stuff, just 2x4s, which is why, like I said, I went to Home Depot earlier to get some 2x4s, which I can easily fit in the back of my minivan, but I bought non 2x4s that I don't normally buy because they're warped and stuff, because I bought them for like $5 a board because I'm not paying $11 for the 2x4s that I've been buying forever. But this set will be great for people who like trans blue pieces. The actual build doesn't look terribly complicated, which I think some person said a minute ago. Not much interior stuff. I do have the Disney Castle, which is the Cinderella Castle from Walt Disney World, which is funny because Disney World has since repainted their castle in Orlando at Magic Kingdom. Yep, Ship a Brick, I already went there. I have that castle. I love it. It's one of my favorite sets. If you watch my vlog video about my storage unit, you will see it in a very sad state. It is sitting in a big plastic container in a storage unit, partially disassembled because I have nowhere to put it. But I love Disney World as much as I love Lego and video games and my family. I love so many things at the same time. Disney World is like one of my first loves. as a theme park. And I loved the first Disney castle because it was the castle that I grew up going to that theme park. I am in Texas now, but I grew up in South Florida, and so I was only 3 hours away from Disney World, and so we went there all the time. Every birthday I spent at Disney World. Like I would still, I look forward to the day when my kids are old enough to take to Disney World. But that castle's great. I love it. But the funny thing is the colors on the castle on the Lego version are now outdated because they painted Cinderella Castle more of like a pink and like bright blue colors on the actual towers and stuff. This set I don't care that much about. But the correct answer to which is the best Frozen movie, it's Frozen 2 is better than Frozen 1 by a long shot. The best Frozen song is either the first Frozen song in the first Frozen movie, where they're talking about like cutting ice or whatever. Cut the ice and fear the frozen heart. That's a great song. And then in Frozen 2, it is Into the Woods, that is sung by the dude who has the reindeer. In case you were looking for the correct answer to either of those questions, which I post just myself. Do I have any of the Lego planes, Travis asks? I got the Amelia Earhart plane as a free gift. I made a separate video about that. I also do like aviation very much. That is a love brought on by my father and his military career, and he worked on aircraft carriers and he liked planes a lot. I did buy the I got this Pursuit of Flight set that'll come at some point eventually. I got that. I like planes a lot. Lego does not make cool planes because they don't make military vehicles. They don't make military vehicles, but Kobe does. And I've seen a lot of people building them. I was just watching Jang build a big, cool Kobe plane and a few other creators. But at this point, I'm not branching out of official Lego stuff, at least not for a long time. Lego motorcycles are okay. And speaking of Lego motorcycles, look, it's a Segway. I was looking for one of those. Lego, well, this is another thing that got leaked and is now officially released on their website. There's a bunch of Lego City stuff that has been shown. They are all around like a stunt show. This is a part of the new October stuff, so this stuff was just barely announced. And I said motorcycle stuff because there are a bunch of new motorcycles in this series, also monster trucks. And as a father of a 2 and an almost 4-year-old, my kids love monster trucks. My oldest kid still talks about, don't tell me that, ship a brick. Apparently the new designer program sets aren't shipping till December or January, which I guess isn't surprising because no one knew what the actual demand will be for those sets. But Lego did make and is making a bunch of stunt series sets or whatever. Most of these, they're just like, they're entirely play sets like this. Like there are a bunch of little components, but like what am I going to do with some of this stuff like just sitting around in a closet? I think these will be cool like parts packs for people who are looking for things like that. Like this has some tracks in it. It's got a bunch of wheels, a bunch of minifigures and stuff. Like that set's cool. The sets that I think I will buy from this series, like this is another one. It's got like a big old pickup truck and I guess that's the bed of the truck. Like my kids would love this stuff. I think the ones of these that I'll buy are these down here, because they're $8 a piece, which is great. And they're mostly, I guess there's like what, 3 different kind of motorcycles here in reality. Like this one's like a Harley, this one is the same one as that one, this one is is that different from those? Yeah, that one's different from those. Then these 3 are, I guess, is that only 2 different motorcycle designs? That's kind of a bummer. I wish we had different motorcycle designs. But I think it'll be fun to get all these different motorcycles and their riders. And apparently this dude, some bigger fan than me out there might remember his name, because I don't. But this is like a throwback to I see a Jedi. We're not acknowledging facial features anymore, unless they're on a minifigure. This guy's got a stare. Whatever this guy's name was with like RR, like Rocket Rod, or like Rodney Rockets, or like cool stunt man from an old school set. This is like a throwback to an old school Lego character that real Lego fans would know about. But like I'm looking forward to like buying all these different like stunt sets. Oh, that's why the motorcycles all look so similar, because DCL, was it you that told me that what this guy's name was? These all look like similar motorcycles because they have this, like, they're calling it a stunt wheel, which is, I guess, I'm assuming just like a pullback car. We'll see what it actually is. You don't have any Lego planes. You do have Kobe sets. The Lego planes, the ones that have the most detail, are way too expensive. Might as well stick to Lego. Yeah, that's what I'm doing for now. There's some like mock creators, like Asgardian Studio out there in the Lego brick building community, makes some very cool plane mocks. But I gotta stick to official stuff right now because I can only buy so many things. These are I'll look forward to these. They're like fun characters, fun vehicles, but like the rest of the stunt series, I might buy one or two of them just to appease the children. Like this one's $30. A couple of motorcycles comes with a ramp or whatever. Like I could be convinced to buy this set for my kids. Depends on what else is coming out in October though. That was on my list. Was there anything else from Lego City? We might as well just knock out all the city stuff. For the record, the only things left on the list are the new Marvel stuff, Seinfeld, Monkey Kid, Bad Batch, typewriter, Adidas shoe. Most of the stuff we've actually hit. Rocket Racer was his name. Okay. I Googled him and looked him up when I saw a comment about it. And then I was like, I'll mention this dude again, either in a Josh Update Stuff video, which is now, or in a in the official video if I end up getting any official sets. So I haven't had a chance yet. But yeah. Rocket Racer. We will see. Chris Ayers, look at you. You're a real Lego fan now, saying that's maybe a $25 set. I don't know if it's a $30 set. What's that like? Is that like 12 cents? 12 cents per piece? I'm not doing that. Give me a calculator. 73 pieces for $30? Actually, that's a terrible deal. Terrible deal. That can't be right. What's the markup here? Is it the ramp? Is it these new pullback motorcycles? Because we know those are worth about $8 a piece. So that's like 16 bucks. Where's the other $13.99 come from? Is it the ramp? Is it the ramp? Was there a 3-in-1 plane? Oh, they did. There was a new plane. There was a Minions plane. Was that... Am I just associating Minions with a big plane? There was a plane released earlier this year. It might have been Minions. I skipped it. I'm not really a fan of like the jumbo jet planes. Like those always look weirdly out of proportion and whatnot. And Chris Ayers, you're absolutely right. You're a true Lego fan now. That set's not worth that much. But if we want things, we just pay what Lego lists. Like, is this a $40 set? Absolutely not. There must be a markup on these ramps. Like this is a $70 set. Do we even want to look at the piece count here? Without looking at it, my guess of the pieces here, which I know we looked at this a second ago, this has got to be like at most 500 pieces, right? This looks like 400 pieces unless they find something in this. What is this? 420 pieces for $70. What is this? General Grievous's Starship? Really? Yeah, that ramp, I guess, is marked up, which I'm not happy about. But we'll see. I'm on the fence. I'm always on the fence about city sets, because a lot of them look so cool, but like this one I think is another newish one. There's a whole bunch that are coming out with animal stuff, which is cool. I love molded Lego creatures, which when you say out loud, you have to kind of think about like, what has led me to this level that now I'm excited about molded Lego creatures. But I am, but Lego's like, we had to mold like don't do it, Chris Ayers. We had to mold a Lego elephant like this. This is now a $90 set. And everyone's like, but it's like not even 600 pieces. It's a 6+ set. And it's like, yeah, this is a $90 set though. So you're going to have to ask grandma for this one for Christmas. And I was like, but I'm looking to get a bunch of new Lego bananas. I guess there's like this is like the 4+, the like $40 4+ sets that people complain about. And it's like, because it has one large molded piece. This one's like, you got an elephant, which is big. You got this big helicopter piece, also big. Crocodile, baby elephant, big rocks, bunch of bananas, several monkeys. There's a lot in this set that's like, oh, look at the tracks on this weird little track vehicle. There's a bunch on this set that Lego's like, yeah, we got to mark this thing up to make it even worth it for us to make at this point. That's a tough sell for me. And by tough, I mean, I'm not going to buy it, which is, I guess, an easy sell for me. Even though I literally bought something yesterday. I bought this set. Thank you, Spectre. You're a regular Chris Ayers. I bought this set yesterday at Target because I assume this was like a $10 set. Because one, my kid's really into the firefighter sets. We got another one of these little firefighter sets. I bought this set for this because it has an owl with it, a molded Lego owl. Like, it's an owl. And I was like, yeah, that's worth $10 to me. Sure. Now I'm gonna have to look up that 3-in-1 plane. 3-in-1 plane. Nope, it doesn't exist. You're making that up. Making that up. If you find a set number, I will browse it, or I will search for it meticulously here in front of other people, because this is Josh update stuff, which means we look at what we want to. Creator 3-in-1. I wouldn't say underappreciated Spectre. I would find a different word to describe that. See, this is what Creator is right now. Am I in 2021? I am. It's probably an earlier year. All right, Travis. All right. I'm just going to scroll through. I do this in my spare time. I just like look through brick sets. And now, thanks to the magic of live streaming, I'm doing it in real time. How long have we been going? An hour and 40 or so. But hey, the good news is, seeing as this is a DCL, did you come up with a different name? Because that's usually a segment that we do at the beginning of the show. We skipped that segment because I was like, we have no new name suggestions for this show. But if you got one, I'll take it. Ooh, I like a submarine. I like a submarine. But what was I saying? Oh, you're not even looking at my screen, guys. This is why I need at least someone to be live to tell me whether or not we're actually looking at anything. I've been scrolling through Creator 3-in-1 sets for a while. When did I switch to full screen? Uh-oh. Have you guys just been looking at me for a long time? Sorry. So the good news that I was saying was that this is somewhat and very much largely a test of streaming capabilities from my computer, from myself. This has largely been a test to see that everything would hold up. And the good news is, it looks like I've successfully been live for an hour 40, and things have not crashed or catastrophically gone wrong up to this point, besides just like those issues which have been caused by myself, of like, oh, you're talking too much about stuff that people don't care about. The good news is we've gotten through most of what's been on my list. I think the only remaining things were, well, this one, which is like, this is kind of what I titled the stream, assuming titles went through and everything. Oh, good. I got a set number. We can look it up. Let's take this tab. 31011. Also, I saw that name suggestion, DCL. I see it. Josh BS, which is actually a really great name because JBS is the acronym of the channel. Josh BS. Oh, you got that Tomorrow War movie? Thanks for Sarah's. I kind of wanted to see that I almost wanted to see that in theaters just as an excuse. I like this. It is like an old school warplane looking set, which I guess Lego was like, no, it's got blue and yellow colors, guys. There's nothing military about this. But as a 3-in-1 set, without knowing what the other creations could be, what are they going to make out of a plane? A boat and a helicopter. Real creative, Lego. Real creative. I would have appreciated this set back in 2013. This holds up, in my opinion, to the other 3-in-1 stuff that's out there right now. I was looking for a reason. I was talking about this last night on my Friday date night. I had the privilege of making it a double date with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, which is my wife's sister, and her husband, who is Chris Ayers, who is in the chat, who lives one street over. There's a whole family thing going on this block. But we were talking about the fact that Flick's Brewhouse is reopening, which is like one of those movie theaters with big comfortable seats, and you order like full meals of food. It's like Alamo Drafthouse, which is better, but up in north out of Austin area. We don't have any actual Alamo Draft House is here, but we have a Flicks Brew House, which is about the same thing. And I almost bought tickets to go see that movie, but I don't think my wife would care that much about it. Oh, I know that soap. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know that Camel Airplane. I was watching the Quarantine Cast, which is on the Beyond the Bricks YouTube channel or Between the Bricks YouTube channel. There are two of those. They're both great channels. One is a New Zealand man named Dan. One is another Lego channel that's larger. They do a Quarantine Cast, and one of the dudes, Josh Hanlon, was building that SUP with Camel, and looks very good, and I would love it. But I was like, there were a bunch of sets that were from the time when I wasn't buying as many sets, and that's one of them. We almost got to some of the last things on the big agenda. Didn't I tell you? I started this stream, and I was saying the whole reason that this was going to be live instead of a video was because there's so much stuff to talk about, excluding even the stuff that we're chatting about in chat. There's so much new Lego stuff going on that I can't talk about all that in one video. I think I have it pulled up. I should have left this tab open. Basically, I would come to the Lego site and I would hit the coming soon check mark, and the number of sets that pop up is too many. I love Lego, and I even try to narrow down the number of themes that I will collect and buy just personally. I'm like, I love Star Wars, that's a given. I like Marvel, that's a given. I would love to be able to buy new Lego Jurassic Park stuff, but again, you build a big brick molded dinosaur, and all of a sudden the price shoots up. I love Harry Potter. They released 7 or 8 new Harry Potter sets, and I haven't bought any of them. I see them at Target all the time because they're the only new Target set, or the only new sets that are in Target, and I won't buy any of them. Here's one. This is one that hasn't released yet because it's on coming soon, which is weird because it's the same as the other ones. There were literally I'm still scrolling here on coming soon sets, and most of these are coming out either August 1st or October 1st, which are just brand new announcements, which we haven't even talked about yet. We talked about a couple of them. I have the Spider-Man and Marvel sets on a separate section of my list. We'll look at those as the next and maybe final thing that we actually look at. When you hit the keychains, you know you've reached the end, which is good news. So there's new Mario stuff, there's new Minions stuff, there's new Monkey Kids stuff, there's new Ninjago stuff, and all of that is the stuff that I get to ignore. And Minecraft, I get to ignore that too, just because I've chosen to. But there is so much other stuff that I really want. And when this stuff first started leaking for the new August releases, I was like, I'm gonna get so many of these things. And now as even more stuff gets announced, I have to stinking cross other things off my list. BCL, the typewriter, is an excellent example because I think that set looks beautiful. And basically any Lego set that would look like it belongs in a vintage office environment, basically a chrome airplane on a stand going like this, it looks like it would belong on a desk in the background of a scene of Mad Men or something. Those are the sets that I would love. That's why the Ship in a Bottle, which is on my shelves, which you're not gonna be able to see, but it's on my shelves back there. The Ship in a Bottle is one of my all-time favorites because it looks great. Yes, but Ship, I couldn't build the typewriter myself if I just bought a real typewriter. Oh, Travis. See, that's the problem, Travis, is that I'm buying so much new stuff, I don't even have the time to buy old stuff. There is a Bricks and Minifigs, which is a secondhand shop on it's a secondhand shop in the general area where I am located, and I have never gone there because I'm afraid that I'll see a Lego Adventures set or an Aquanaut set or something, and I'll be like, well, I gotta get this thing, and I don't know. I'm trying to be deliberate about the sets that I do end up buying for a lot of reasons. One, I've got to like them a lot, but also I'm trying to make videos about them, and so I want them to have general appeal, but then I'm trying to balance making things that other people like versus the things that I like, because if I'm just talking about a set that I don't like I'm not gonna like talking about it. But so I'm gonna buy right now I'm going to spend a stupid amount of money, I think, on August 1st. I'm going to get like all the Marvel sets and all the Star Wars sets. And maybe that alone isn't stupid enough for you. But there's a lot of Marvel sets. This Ironmonger, this Marauder we looked at. I like the Harry Potter stuff. I'm not getting it now. And then there's some creator sets that I like. This 3-in-1 shuttle, which I'm not going to bother clicking on. You can make a shuttle. You can make the Lunar Lander. You can make the Saturn V. Those are 3 Lego sets that Lego's already made. All 3 of those somehow have stayed on my shelves behind me. The shuttle is here. This would be better if I was full screen. The shuttle's there. The Saturn V is just out of shot up above that. The Lunar Lander, I think, is on a higher shelf also. I have all 3 of those sets still displayed. I love space. I love Lego space. And so I think like I got to get that one. That's another $40. And then I love Disney. We were talking about this already. DCL, you want to donate? I'm not going to ask for donations, but like there might be a donation link in the description of this video that may or may not send a donation to me. I'm using something called Streamlabs, which is a common thing for streamers to use, and there is a way to donate through Streamlabs that I think will go to me. I hooked up a PayPal address and everything, so there's a chance if you wanted to send me money, you would be my first ever donator, and I would receive that. I almost hit a button that did something. I don't think it did. If you want to send me sets, we were talking about PO boxes also earlier. It's like on my list of things to get to eventually. But like I'll get a PO box eventually if people want to do that. But still talking about sets that I also want to get. It's like all these Mickey sets because my kids love Mickey. I love Disney World. I think like I don't even care that much about most minifigures, but like Mickey Mouse in a bunch of different minifigure outfits, that just hits like the nostalgia bone right there, man. Right there, man. Did you get the new Benatar already? So you're overseas, DCL, because that's not out here, and that's one that that's one on my list. Like I'm gonna get the Benatar because I have at least one, maybe. I have 2 other Guardians ships. I didn't buy the like, I don't know, it was like a smaller size one that came with like a space octopus thing. I didn't buy that one. I got the original Guardians ship, the like blue and orange one. I got the bigger version of the fully orange ship, which was 2 sets in one, like the pod was a separate set. I got that one somewhere. And so I want to get this new one because it looks like a good scale. I think I'll get all the new Marvel stuff. I like the Infinity Gauntlet just as something new and different. There's some new Marvel stuff. Like this is one. These were on the list. Man, you guys are already getting discounts on sets that haven't even come out in America. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's look at the Marvel stuff instead of just endlessly scrolling this page, which is just all new sets. This set is so fun. It's a weird displayable, not really play set, but like the amount of like accessories and just junk in the background is so much fun. Also, Korg just looks ridiculous in these sets. And then what's that dude's name? I'm Korg. This is I'm blanking on purple dudes. Meek. This is Meek. Oh hey, that's shout out to Adora. She's a very pretty lady. If you've never met or seen her. But Meek, look at this Meek. This is after Meek has lost his, like, he got squished or whatever. This set is fantastic. Like, I gotta pick up this set. It's so fun. Just like Thor, Korg hanging out in New Asgard. Yeah, that's not a beer bottle ship a brick. It's wasn't there something about that where they were like trying to specifically not make it a beer bottle? It'll be interesting. Like at some point, Lego has to acknowledge, wait a minute, adults are buying these things. Adults are watching these movies. Like, it's literally like they might as well call Thor here Beer Belly Thor. Like, I get it. Like, we have to appeal to children, but like, it's Bro Thor's New Asgard. Like, they're playing Fortnite. They played against, what was it, Noob Master, whatever. Is it Fortnite on the screen? I'll have to see that one in more detail, which is probably either on their site or on Brickset. That'll be a fun touch. I loved the screens in the Spider-Man dad bod Thor. That's an insult, Spectre. I'm a dad who doesn't have that bod. Yeah, like Noob Master 69. Like, I get it that it's just like, it's a joke about like a video game trope character's name, but like that has adult connotations in it. Like at some point, we gotta acknowledge that adults are out there buying these Legos, man. Uh-oh, I said Legos on a live stream. Don't cancel me. I don't care that much about logistics, unless it's the logistics of how soon a Lego set will get to my house. Which brings us to another. I didn't link it anywhere. The Bad Batch shuttle was available on Walmart.com, and I ordered it, and I have not checked if my order is actually shipped. But that set is one that comes out August 1st, and yet it was available a month early. Whether or not this will actually ship before August 1st, I don't know, but I took the chance. I hadn't ordered it or pre-ordered it anywhere else. So this set may or may not arrive before August 1st. If it does, I'll make a video about it before August 1st. In the meantime, we'll see. I'm looking forward to this one. I think this is one that's out in, I think this is one that's out in overseas. Did this one come out with the other early sets in non-America, which is a very American way to say the rest of the world, by just saying, oh, you're not in America? Too bad, except for the fact that you get all your Lego sets. Oh, dad bods. I'm fighting the trope of dad bods. But it's a tough battle in your early 30s. So to get back off and on topic, there are other things that are announced for August 1st, like the fish tank, which I love. We were just saying this. I love marine life and aquatic life. And I was like, yeah, this was the one I'll for sure get. But now it's like, well, I could save that $30 and get something else. Like as a set, it's just okay. Like as a fish tank and fish. The alternate builds for this one, super weird. Like I wouldn't even bother building this, which is a treasure chest, weird. And this, which is an art easel, also weird. I like a Scarlet Macaw, which is on the easel, but like, weird. Like this one it's cool. It's like almost a direct Finding Nemo reference at this point with the fish that are chosen there. But like this one I'll end up skipping out on because I happen to click this this tab, and now we're looking at this stuff again. There is no Josh Bodybuild Stuff channel. This channel may as well be called Josh is still relying on his metabolism for as long as he can. We'll see how long it lasts. Ship a Break ordered a UCS R2D2, came in a crushed box. It's so sad when that happens. I have the advantage of being within driving distance of a Lego store. Granted, it is like 30 to 45 minutes away from me. I have to go into actual like proper Austin to get there. But like I have the advantage on release days. I'll go down to a Lego store. I'll stand on a Lego line, which is what we call it down there, I guess, because I said that. I'll get to run into some other like Austin-based Lego YouTubers. I got Snot OK, who we talked about earlier. She's Austin-based. Glenn, who frequents a lot of streams. He's Austin-based. The Sauruses, if anyone watches Emmasaurus, Emily and her husband Ross are also Austin-based people. Their channel has grown immensely. I'm very proud of them. I'm very happy for them as a father, as not their father, but I would like to think that I'm a father figure to them and others out there. I'm very proud of their growth and what they've been able to achieve in a very short time. Emily was able to quit her full-time job. That sentence will get there eventually. Emily was able to quit her full-time job to do full-time Lego YouTube stuff. I believe Ross still has his job. They both have dinosaur-themed names, and so good for them. They're Austin-based. I've run into them at Lego stores a couple of times locally. So I get to go to the actual Lego store and buy a bunch of stuff at the same time. I am glad I don't have to get stuff shipped because I've had that same thing happen where stuff will get shipped and be in a terrible state by the time it actually gets to my house. We were talking about new Marvel stuff. Let's pull up the rest of these. I'll pull them up here, even though they were on links on my other page. I'm gonna look that up, Travis. I'm gonna look up that 3-in-1 plane because it has been out. It was out long enough ago that I can make a video about it now and be like, look, we're doing like a vintage Lego segment. Even if it is only so old. we got some new Lego Spider-Man sets. I've got a couple of them pulled up. There's one more. I'm going to find it in this list. Bro Thor Asgard, Spider-Man Duel, Captain Carter, and the Hydra Stomper. These are even different. Let's pull these up a bunch. We're going to have some repeats here. We didn't even talk. We're 2 hours in, literally, and I didn't get to the Marvel sets, which is like, that's what's blowing up. So here, save the best for last-ish, depending on how long I feel like continuing to go for. What do we want to talk about first? Spider-Man or what if? What if we talked about Spider-Man later? There are two new What If sets, which I believe is the animated Marvel series, which is going to be like alternate universe, weird, like things that could have happened had like, I don't know. I haven't looked at the show enough, but it's like, the way I'm picturing it is like if butterfly effects had happened slightly differently in this whole timeline thing, these are some different scenarios. Like apparently Tony Stark is on Sakaar. Is that the name of the planet where Jeff Goldblum is the host and leader? So he's on Sakaar with a Hulkbuster, because we need more Hulkbusters, and I will make that joke when I get this set and make a video about it. So now Tony Stark's hanging out with Valkyrie and the Watcher, who we did not see on Sakaar up to this point. Also, if it's not the planet of Sakaar, someone will correct me. I like the color scheme on this. I love the Tony Stark minifigure, as DCL has also agreed, because we finally get his like OG Black Sabbath shirt in Tony Stark form. Obviously, it's not the actual Black Sabbath shirt going on, but like, I love that look. Also, Valkyrie, cool. Also, the Watcher, cool. Like, I don't know who he is because I don't Google anything. I don't watch previews. I don't want anything spoiled for me ahead of time. So I like actively avoid seeing anything about new sets. I am allowing myself to look at Lego sets based on upcoming movies. Other than that, I won't look into new spoiler stuff. So even like the new Spider-Man stuff, I know there's like details about new Spider-Man stuff that are probably implied by the new Lego sets, but I won't look it up because I don't want anything. I don't want anything spoiled. Also, thank you, Dave, for coming back from the Rebel Rave with Rob and Dave. Also, I know it's Rob. Dave has not shown up. I'll text him later. I literally talked about him in Thoughtful Bricks in the last live stream I was on. David, my friend David, is the reason why I don't say curse words, because he's been a friend since high school. But that's a whole different story for a different day, unless someone asks me to tell that story, in which case I've got nothing but time. People, it's only been 2 hours of live streaming. It's only 9:30. I stay up till dang midnight because I am irresponsible as a parent and husband. But yes, the Hulkbuster is absolutely kind of falling into the realm of Luke's lightsabers. We also get a lot of lightsabers. It's falling into the realm of Luke's land speeders, in that saying that we get a lot of Lego Luke's land speeders. Say that once quickly. I have liked most Hulkbusters. If I felt like getting up again, I have the UCS. I don't think it was UCS because it's not Star Wars. Fine, I'll get up, guys. You've convinced me by saying nothing at all in chat. Hang on one sec. Again, I'm waiting until I have headphones on to actually start talking, even though I recognize that I don't need to do that. For those purists out there, please someone remind me to switch back to not full screen so you don't look at my face for 20 minutes. This, I'm sorry for the rustling. It's in a plastic bag. I apologize. He looks a lot less impressive when he's just like, when I'm just holding him in a bag. This is like the ultimate Hulkbuster version or whatever. I think this came out... Someone correct me. It's either Age of Ultron or like Civil War, or the one where the Hulk loses it in like a South African country. Hi, Rob. Thank you. I hope you left me open in a different tab in your different account. You know, that concurrent viewership rating. I don't actually know how any of that works. This is my first live stream. literally ever. This is my favorite ever version of the Hulkbuster. He's huge, he's detailed. Honestly, we don't need more Hulkbusters if you get this one. It is like the best version by far. It comes with a display stand and so many other things, an interchangeable arm, some glow-in-the-dark parts. I think this one had the light-up brick as the chest. Let's see if we can do it from in the bag. Yep, look at that. Yep. Really kind of underwhelming in this environment. But you know, light-up brick. Light-up brick. I got you, Travis. I got you. So we don't really need more Hulkbusters, but for $35, 3 minifigures, new Tony Stark, new Valkyrie, new The Watcher, whoever he is, based on an animated series. Kind of a 2-in-1 because we can turn this Hulkbuster into a vehicle, but it's like, hey, look, you just pull off his legs and then make him a vehicle. I'm wondering how easy of a transition that'll actually be. But basically, this is like almost Lego's introduction to the Transformers world, which is a whole different conversation for another day. I'm looking it up. Brick set number 10226. Is this the camel? That's the camel. I know the camel. I don't know why it's called a camel. This looks like something that is obviously based on a real thing, and I guess it's not enough of a military plane that Lego was okay making it. I think it's cool because it's aviation. See, I told you to remind me to go back to dual screen, and you didn't. We're looking at the camel. The Sopwith camel. I will have to Google how that's pronounced. I think the set looks great. It's a biplane. It's got like stringy bits in there. It honestly, the first thing I think about when I see this set is I think about the Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser. But also that just makes me think of the Lego Adventure series, which was a classic like Egyptian exploration series, grave robbing of pharaohs series. Lego didn't really imply as much. This set's beautiful, no doubt. On the aftermarket, $200, at least according to here. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Shipper Brick, should Lego make a UCS loose land speeder? I've seen mocks of that, honestly. It's cool, man. It's a cool set. I have, or had, like all the Hasbro land speeders from like my childhood. I have owned many Lego land speeders, as have all Lego Star Wars fans. A bunch of my friends, probably, I think Rob included, there is a, what are those things called? A Power Wheels land speeder, which is like your kid can drive around in a land speeder. It is a large size. The thing goes fast. Rob does have one now that I'm thinking about it because I remember videos. Like my kids they're just now at the age of like appreciating a land speeder. I would get a UCS loose land speeder. As would most people. Like lean into the meme Lego. Like everyone went crazy about like 501st battle packs or whatever. I literally have 3 unopened 501st battle packs in my closet. I'm not gonna go get them. I don't feel like getting up again. Everyone went crazy about 501st battle packs. They were hard to find on stores for like a week, and now they're everywhere. They're fine. Again, I skipped Clone Wars. I am middle of the road, mediocre Lego Star Wars fan, whatever. I bought a bunch because I was like, I'll do a giveaway for my 1,000 subscribers. And then I was like, I'll give you 501st battle pack. Or if you're in a hard to ship place, like I'll just send you a gift card for the equivalent. And everyone was like, yeah, I'll just take the gift card. And I was like, cool. Now I've spent twice as much money on this giveaway, but now I have 501st battle packs that I haven't opened. Camel's cool. Let's look at the other. There was one more Marvel set that wasn't Spider-Man. Here it is. It is another mech. Lego knows what's going on. If you click on this tag right here, which is mech, there's a lot of them. Lego likes mechs. They have general appeal to people who don't even care that much about, is Radio Flyer different from Power Wheels, I guess? Of course they are, Rob. They are children. Children get bored of things. This is another mech. It's fine. I care less about this set as I do for the set implications because of what's going on, because what we've got going on here is like Captain America Peggy Carter, which I guess is not Captain America, would be Captain Britain. Look at that. I'm assuming that's still Steve Rogers, who, would he stay scrawny Steve Rogers if he didn't get the super serum, or did they both? I don't know. But it's like Soldier Captain America, Soldier Steve Rogers, Captain Britain Peggy Carter, and Red Skull. I guess his future didn't get altered by his whatever had happened here. So now we've got a cool military mech that I guess Steve's still driving the mech. Honestly, I've said in these videos before, I'm like, This is honestly an excuse for me to check out new sets that I just don't look at in my off time. I'll see that a new set gets announced or teased or something. I'll save a link to it in the big Word document, and I'll just plan to talk about it in this exact environment. And so I have not clicked through these pictures. Here are my impressions. I like that new shield. I like the monotone coloration on Peggy's suit. I saw someone say like, oh, so she got a stealth suit before Captain America did. Someone may know if that's true or not. It just looks like a Captain America suit to me, but maybe like in the lore that is a stealth suit. And then the Tesseract here, we've gotten Tesseracts in other sets like as early as like 2012 Avengers sets, but they weren't like this big symmetrical cube. They were just like a little 1x1 brick, not a plate, not a tile, just a 1x1 brick that was in trans blue. But now we get like a full-on cube, which I appreciate even more. So yeah, for $30 I will absolutely get this set. When it comes out, I hope not August, probably October, now that they're like just officially announced it. I will absolutely pick this up. I may send some to my friends if they're nice to me in the future. Shout out to my friends who have kids. Okay, all of this to say that we've been going for long enough that we've finally reached the point of talking about some new Spider-Man sets. I'm browsing through my list. The only other stuff on my list was like new Monkey Kid sets actually came out, and I actually think they look really cool. But you can just Google those yourself. Let's talk about the Spider-Man sets last. We're just over 2 hours, which is, I didn't expect it to go this long, but I'm so glad there was like some chat people who are like asking questions and stuff. I hope you all had a good time. I'm still having a good time, even when I hit in stream. For one, I'm very new to this, so I don't know that the stream will end, but I'm gonna still have a good time in playing some video games or doing something else. We're going to talk about Spider-Man stuff. I'm debating which order to talk. I want to talk about the smallest first. So that's a $20 set. That's a $40 set. That's a $20 set. Okay. $20 set first. This one may not excite a lot of people because it's a 4+ set, but me as a dad who is about to have a 4-year-old in July, which is this month, I'm about to have a 4-year-old. And so every time I'm at the Lego store with my 4-year-old, he's like, Dad, this set says 4+. That means I can get it. And I'm like, that is true to a degree. So here's the thing. These sets, Shy, what's up, man? I'm glad you can make it. You made it just in time to talk about Spider-Man, which we have been literally chatting for 2 hours about everything that wasn't Spider-Man. This all being said, Rob can attest to this, I am annoyingly vigilant about avoiding spoilers. I do not want to see or hear anything relating to a new movie that's coming out. I don't want to hear if a movie was good or bad, because that drives my expectations. I don't watch trailers. I sit in a movie theater, a trailer comes on for a movie that I know I'm going to go see. I will plug my ears, I will look down, and I will close my eyes. I don't want to hear or see anything from a new movie. But being a big time Lego YouTuber that I am being, which is not true, that was said ironically, I will allow myself now to look at new Lego sets that are based on movies that I know I want to see, that I know will be spoiled for me to some degree. So I'm wondering, okay, now I'm just confused about the accounts Rebel Rave with Rob and Dave. I don't care about spoilers on Cars, DCL. Only really Marvel and Star Wars stuff, and there's no new Star Wars movies. But like, I going back to like the MCU as we know it, I've not watched a trailer for any of those movies or Star Wars. I will avoid them like the pandemic that we just had last year, which I did a good job of avoiding, if I do say so myself. Spider-Man, we've been looking at the same picture for a long time. Spoilers omitted here. I don't know what's going on, because I at least see theories of new movies, and the theory is that we're getting multiverse, right? But obviously multiverse isn't going to be revealed entirely in Lego sets, but this is No Way Home. People are like, is Tobey Maguire coming back? Is Andrew Garfield coming back? Is James A. Garfield coming back from the presidential cinematic universe? Do you guys see where I was going there? Was James the first name of Andrew Garfield? Is the actor. I don't know the president's name. Man, what am I, American? But Mysterio is in this set, which is what I'm getting at. I've said all of this to say that Mysterio is in this set with Spider-Man. There's also a drone. Nick Fury's here. All of this might as well have been straight out of the second Spider-Man movie. Is this a new Spider-Man suit is the question. People who care more about minifigures than I do may say yes. I don't know. This being a 4+ set means that it is slightly overpriced. It is $20 for 73 pieces, which is slightly overpriced because we get some larger molds. In this case, it looks like the larger mold is just the car base itself, which is fine. We got the spider web thing in other places. This is how I get most of my knowledge of like what's new and different. It's not here yet, but like I would search on the parts list here to see if this Mysterio torso has appeared in other sets. It looks new and different to me, but I have not bought every Spider-Man set that has come out to date. The drone looks very different. We got some better drones in like the Spider-Man monster truck set from earlier this year. Those drones looked straight out of the Spider-Man movie. This looks like alternate universe, like we're stealing red gems or something about a radio here. There's a Nick Fury's and a police car or something. I like the minifigures here. The rest of it my kid will enjoy very much, especially if it has anything that shoots things, which it looks like we get some disc shooters. My 4-year-old loves disc shooters. Oh boy, Ship, you have brought up an issue. I was hoping no one would bring this up. Ship Brick has said Lego started including thumb tabs on $100 sets. I don't know how to say this. That's dumb. I guess I do know how to say it. It's dumb. I hate thumb tabs on Lego sets and boxes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't have a good example to show you here. Basically, Lego sets used to come in things that were just boxes. I do know it. I do have a way to show you. We're off topic for one more second, and then we're going to get back on topic. We're going to talk about these Spider-Man sets. Eventually, this stream will end. Here's a box of the Harry Potter Phoenix set. It was sitting on my desk because I bought it recently. He mumbled to himself and to the couple of viewers on his stream. This is a Lego set. It looks like it'd just be a box, right? You cut the tabs on the box, you open the sides of the box and pull it out. But look, you turn it around right here, and not right here, because that's an inverted camera. There are thumb tabs that you're supposed to push in. Is that the clarification, Shy? I'm glad you're here if you have real reasoning, because I just complain about things. I just scream it into the void to myself and to the stormtrooper behind me, and no one has answers for me. So there are thumb tabs on a box. They look like this. You're supposed to punch out those thumb tabs, I guess, to open a set. As you can see, I don't do that. This box is open because I just cut along the glue lines of the actual box itself, along here. I stick a little X-Acto knife or a box cutter, little blade, little thing going on. I'll pop one of these open. I'll just cut along the box lines to do it nicely. I have my own reasoning because I insert B-roll into my review videos, and I will often take the B-roll of the set after I've obviously already opened and assembled the set, and I don't take the B-roll of the box most of the time when the box is still sealed. So I will often retape a box right here, like stick a piece of tape there, and then just film some B-roll of the box to use in the video as I see fit. But if I had trashed the box, I couldn't do that. Most people, sure, they wouldn't care. Most people are probably rational, normal people who probably would throw away a piece of cardboard that their toy came in. But I don't. Again, I'll shout out to that storage vlog that I did that I don't really feature this thing. I have a box. It's the largest cardboard box I've ever seen. I have it, and it's full of Lego boxes. I break down my boxes. I basically flat pack them, and then I stack them all together, and then I put them in a larger box, and I take that big box and I take it to a big cement box, which is a storage unit, which is a little ways away from my house, and I pay for that monthly. I pay monthly to store my boxes in a box. I don't know why. I've even resold some Lego sets, and I was like, I've got boxes for these sets to like secondhand sellers, and they're like, oh, we don't care about the boxes, just if you have the instructions, that'd be good. And I was like, well, I have those too. Yeah, see, Rob, the kids, they be trashing them Lego sets. I have piles of Lego boxes, and I have piles of Lego instruction booklets. I don't throw anything out. I also have piles of extra pieces. No one's going to throw out extra pieces, but like, they're just like, if I buy a Lego set, every single piece of that set is coming home with me, and then I guess it's just going to live with me. I hope my wife isn't still in the chat. I guess it's just going to live with me and follow me around until I die. And then eventually my children will go to my storage unit and be like, why did Dad save all of the Lego boxes? And Shy, I know you're a dad too. Like, what are our successors, our benefactors? What? Not that there's going to be any inheritance left for them to inherit. My children will inherit a kingdom of boxes, is what I'm saying. Sorry, kids. Do you shy? You toss your boxes? I did that for a while. You know what I used to do? I used to toss my brick separators, which, if you don't know, it's like a little orange. I probably have one within arm's reach from a real Lego fan. Do I? Let's see. Real Lego fan? Shout out. Nope. Nope, I don't. I'll do you one better. Hold on. I used to toss brick separators, right? Brick separators, for those who don't know, are little orange or teal pieces of plastic that are useful for separating bricks when you're building or disassembling a Lego set. I used to toss these out. I would toss out the box, I would toss out the instruction booklet, and then I would toss out this because I was like, I don't need it, I have 100 of them. And now I hoard them at a little baggie, and they sit in my closet along with Ecto 1s and Lamborghinis and a bunch of other things that I have. This has been a rant brought to you by Ship a Brick, who is talking about thumb tabs. I don't like thumb tabs. I don't use thumb tabs, but I mean, everyone to their own. I totally understand if you yourself do things differently. No judgment to anyone. There are 2 other Spider-Man sets, and we'll get out of this thing. This can't last more than what, like another hour or so, right? Total. We got 2 more sets. What does it take an hour? Hold on. I'll have to take a break eventually. Maybe we'll just end the stream there. 2 more Lego Spider-Man sets. This is the only one that's like a legitimate set, and I appreciate it for several reasons. One of which, it's not a mech, which is cool. Here's another confusing aspect. We already saw Mysterio. Now we're seeing Falcon. Not Falcon. Hunter, Hawker. What's Flyer? Am I losing my mind? Vulture. It's on the box, guys. Come on. We saw Mysterio. Now we're seeing Vulture again. Who was on he's in the first Michael Keaton? I'm saying something wrong here, guys. Right? Whatever the dude's name. Batman is in Spider-Man. He played the Vulture in the first Spider-Man movie. Thank you, Rob. And we needed a vehicle that could combat the flying dude's vehicle. And the vehicle that we came up with was a drone, but not like a military drone, like an actual drone. This is a propeller drone, which makes sense. I am being critical of this set ahead of the fact of actually ever looking at it. I think it looks cool. It is not really vehicles. I guess it's kind of vehicles. I like the fact that the Vulture's, like, his wingsuit is like so integrated onto his minifigure itself. It doesn't look super weird. I'm wondering if Lego will do something similar with like a Falcon suit. They've done like a smaller Falcon version, but I don't think we've gotten like something big and intricate like this. That being said, all I've seen anyone say about this set is talking about this new gold Spider-Man minifigure, which I guess equates to some of the like spider mesh skin that was happening in what I assume was like in the plane of like the second Spider-Man movie. I'm reaching here. I haven't done much research. I love the fact that there's so much gold going on in this set. I'm just so curious about what's happening in this movie. Is it multiverse? And if so, like, what's going on? And I don't really want someone to answer that because someone else may have watched more fan theories than I have. I will get this set. I think it's great, especially for $20. It's like the mechs where it's like you spend $20 for 2 minifigures and 2 minifigure vehicles. That's basically what's going on here. I dig Spider-Man suits, and this Spidey suit looks cool. I bought some other recent sets that came with a bunch of Spidey suits. I dig them. I like them. $20, I'm on board. There's probably closer pictures of the Spider-Man costume, but I can't be bothered to look at that now. One more Spider-Man set, which may be the one that I am the most excited for because it integrates everyone's favorite dude, Doctor Strange. I am actually a big Doctor Strange fan. I don't know what's happening here. The set itself I am so on because it is a playset but it is also like a diorama, which I like diorama type sets, and it also has a bunch of cool little small details going on, which I'm a fan of. But like as a display set, like this isn't going to last on my shelf for any period of time. But we get this cool cape, which I think is a new piece. It's at least new to anything that I own. I assume this is supposed to be MJ again. So we get MJ, we get Spider-Man in. This is like the iron or mechanical spider set, which I'm saying is a cyber suit. So there's a I don't know. This is another new Spider-Man set, I think, which looks super cool. Doctor Strange looks cool here. MJ looks cool here. Wong is an interesting choice. I guess they're in the Sanctum or something, because this set is called Spider-Man at the Sanctum Workshop. So I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and assume that this is at the Sanctum. So it's Wong is the guy in the chair on the computer or whatever. There's probably details there that make sense. I like the accessories that are going on here. I guess Spider-Man is getting a suit from Doctor Strange. There is a large green alien creature which is tactically attacking the Sanctum, apparently. It's confusing what's happening here. I'm going to leave this here for like 10 seconds, and then I'm going to run out of this office, and then I'm going to run back, and I'm going to mute the microphone while I do so. I'll be right back. Hold on one second. That's the first break I've taken in like 2.5 hours. So that's a pretty good odds. I was like, I could probably wait until the end of the stream. I couldn't. Spider-Man in the Sanctum. Got spiders going on. Got a cape going on. He's on a bicycle or something. I don't. The good news is there's nothing to be implied by this set, or inferred, I guess, by this set, to make assumptions about the new movie, even though I'm sure someone has and will do that. I will not make guesses about the new movie. I will appreciate the set for what it is, and I do. Here I am appreciating. Cool. Yeah. Also, look at that Lumiere Disney crossover. Rob, I'll do you one better. The Marvel stuff's the last stuff we're talking about. Hold on. I'm pretty sure we got a Lego Lumiere. We got this one. There's a set that's on shelves right now. 2020. This is 2020. We got a little Lumiere. This is 2021. There he is. There's my boy. My boy, your boy. Anyone been to that Beast's Castle restaurant at Walt Disney World? I went there. I ate there for breakfast one time. Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Check it. Lego Lumiere. Again, a Lego Friends set. Look at that. Interchangeable beast heads. Come on. Forget about Spider-Man mech suits and like cyber Spider-Man suits. Have we lost all our viewers yet? Not quite. Look at that. You got the stove and the wardrobe. Honestly, I'm being honest here. Honestly, guys, I would buy this set for money. I recognize that I can buy this set. Maybe currently. I don't know if it's out yet. I might be. But I got Star Wars stuff to buy. I can't buy this. My kids haven't even seen this movie yet. You got 2 different bells in this set? Come on, man. Ring a ding ding. Get it? Because her name is Belle, and also a bell makes a ringing sound. Yeah, I've seen this set cross my path. Oh, by doing so, we literally closed the tab that had the Spider-Man set in it. That's how deep we went, y'all. That's how deep we went, y'all. I hope y'all are having a good time. I'm having a good time. I hope everything looks and sounds okay. I'm probably going to go back and review this VOD and be like, oh, never mind. I had or didn't have this setting turned on or off, and everything was disastrous as a result. But hey, it's my first stream. Like, we were going to go for like 20 minutes, and now it's been 2.5 hours. And now I'm worried because I've had quite a good time today. And that's the only thing that really matters around here. No offense to all of you. You are so lovely, and I appreciate everyone that's come through and said what up. Doorbell, I love a DCL. Thank you. Ding dong. Who's at the door? Bell. Yeah, I know. The doorbell rung. I'm encouraged to buy that set so I can make a doorbell joke. And no one would know about it unless, like, no one would see it coming unless you've already seen this video and you were here for it. And then you'll be like, you're here for it. Yeah, there's more pictures on, I don't know why I was on Brickset instead of here. Look at this spider suit, yo. Look at this suit. You look at this suit. I'm gonna double check my list to make sure we hit everything we were supposed to hit this week. The funny thing is, I have advertised this show, which I'm still hesitant to call it. I've advertised this kind of video, this Josh Update Stuff video, as an update on everything going on in the LEGO world, also things going on in my own channel, and things going on in my own life. Because I was like, it's an opportunity to be a little more personal in my channel, have a little bit longer form of a video, and talk about myself a little more, answer people's questions if they have questions about personal stuff going on with me. And I'm still, like, we've spent 2.5 hours talking about new LEGO stuff coming out for the most part, which is a lot. I told you there was a lot going on in the world right now. Like, there's a lot going on in the LEGO world. We did talk about all the new stuff coming out. There was Monkey Kid, Typewriter, Castle, Adidas shoes. If you want any of those things, they're in stores currently and right now. Rob, we could absolutely we could all call chat. I'm available anytime that I'm not previously occupied making videos about LEGO sets, but I will gladly set aside time to chat with you all. We can also talk about LEGO in those chats, but I have to keep making LEGO videos because my real life friends don't call me anymore. Oh, let's save the actual best for actual last, guys. It was literally like the first tab I opened, and then I didn't say anything about it. Guys, Seinfeld as a LEGO set. We have to, I would be remiss. I'm already feeling a bit remiss, but I would be even more remiss if I did not click on this series of links, which I did not do ahead of time. Look at that, Knight Rider and LEGO Ideas. Okay, look at that, auto-corrected. I have been here before, apparently, even though I am not signed in currently. Oh boy, we don't need all, what is this? Was I supporting it? I don't know. There has already been a LEGO Ideas set. It's a set about nothing. So this is the official LEGO Ideas set. It achieved 10,000 supportive votes, and it has been chosen as a LEGO set that will be turned into an actual LEGO set. If you are an avid LEGO fan, you may have already seen honestly, DCL, I could spend a whole live stream just scrolling through LEGO Ideas stuff, looking at in fact, there's like 50 something new LEGO Ideas sets that I've been meaning to make a video on, like all of those that will not get turned into real sets, but like 50 something sets got 10,000 votes in the last round, which is ridiculous. I have not looked at all of those, but I've been meaning to do so. Maybe that could be another live stream turned VOD, which I realize now this would be a terrible VOD for someone to go back and watch. But if someone does, I hope you enjoy, and you will leave a comment down below saying how and why you have enjoyed it. I love Seinfeld. LEGO has recently made a new LEGO Friends set. Friends based on the No One Told You Life Was Gonna Be This Way Friends sitcom show, which is a very adult-oriented show. I will comment that it's a very adult-oriented show. LEGO's so afraid to acknowledge that they're making things that adults appreciate. They made the Central Perk set a little while ago. They've just recently made the Friends Apartments, which has both apartments, Chandler and Joey's and Monica and whoever else lived with Monica at any given time during the show. I like Friends a lot. I love Seinfeld. as a show. It largely has shaped and been the reason for my humor being what it is. My father was a very dry-humored man. I miss him dearly. He's actually coming to visit in a couple of weeks. It's very exciting. They just live in Georgia. Chip and Brick, I will address that. Yeah, Office. I got opinions on that too. So Seinfeld, I love very much. It's the reason why I am humored the way that I am. Jerry Seinfeld, just like casually acknowledging everything going on in the world as crazy as it is, and then reacting just like normally to it. Like there is a level of dry humor there that only Jerry has. I grew up on Seinfeld. I've seen every episode many times. I am very much looking forward to the references that LEGO was able to fit in when they make this set, an official set, which has been teased in this tweet. The funny thing is, literally the tease is yada yada yada, which is in the episode where they were literally talking about sex. Like that was what the episode was about. Like we go into, like, maybe that wasn't it. It was Elaine that said it, right? And she was like, we did this, and then, you know, yada yada yada, and then Jerry's like, you skipped yada yada yada, that was the best part, right? Like that was the whole implication, right? And so acknowledge it, LEGO. So this is clearly the Seinfeld set. The funny thing is, it's the whole what's the deal with this thing, which, like, if you Google it, that's only been said in the show like once or twice in reality, and like it was making fun of something else. Like that wasn't actually said, but that's what everyone associates with Seinfeld. But I love Seinfeld very much. I'm saying all this to say I love Seinfeld. The funny thing is, if you were like, let's make a Lego set based on Seinfeld, it's just going to be the apartment, right? Which is not feature rich as much as occurs in the Seinfeld apartment. Like, how many Seinfeld references can you fit? Like, are you going to make a Soup Nazi reference? Are you going to do like the KFC sign reference that was in Kramer's apartment? Are you going to do both apartments? Like, we didn't see much of Kramer's apartment. Like, so much of the show happens outside of the apartment or in the diner. Like, I would have loved to see Seinfeld Diner or whatever, like Monk's Diner. I don't know. I'm optimistic for the set. Really, just like, give me a Jerry Seinfeld minifigure. Like, I love that dude. I love the character. I am looking forward to this set. Lego just teased this today. I'm excited about it. We will see what actually comes from this. Also, yeah, you can use Newman minifigure with Jurassic Park sets. Rob, I got good news for you. Or Dave, whoever's on the account. I've lost all track. Yeah, Kenny Rogers, chicken. Thank you, D-Hammer. Also, hello, welcome. What's up? Oh yeah, they did make the Big Bang set. You mentioned that earlier. I think that show is fine in reality, but that is also, like, half the show is about like adult-oriented things because it's a sitcom that's being made on modern-day television, and that's just what sitcoms kind of like. There's always an implication of like that kind of stuff in sitcoms. Like, speaking of the implication, like, I don't think they would make that Always Sunny like Lego set based on that, because that's like a really adult-oriented show. Like, it's like they're not going to make a Rick and Morty show because of the whole, like, or like a South Park, or I was going to say Simpsons. I almost said Simpsons, but they've made plenty of Simpsons stuff. So I guess Lego draws the line at somewhere, and that's money, I guess. I don't know. Okay, now I'm just confused. Rebel Rave. I'm just going to call you by your username if you're not subscribed to the Rebel Rave with Rob and Dave. They're a YouTube channel who used to make really fun Star Wars content. There's even a vlog, or 1 or 2 or 0, that featured yours truly in the vlog when we all went to Disney World. The Friends apartments were fantastic. I like Friends. I didn't buy any of those sets. I will absolutely buy a Seinfeld-based set. We've mentioned The Office as a Lego set because on Lego Ideas, I gotta quit going to that tab. I think in the round of like 50 new Lego sets, honestly, look at this. There's like 6 that show up right away. And these are currently up for, so there's 4 that are actually just based on The Office. These are currently in the running and getting votes on Lego Ideas. But there are, I think, 2 different Office sets that got 10,000 votes in the last round of Lego Ideas. Neither of which are probably going to get approved. Maybe I'll either make a separate video or do a live stream now that this seems to work well enough. there are already several Office sets. The problem is, as good of a show as The Office is, like, it's kind of the same as like the Seinfeld syndrome, I'm going to call it. Like, an office building doesn't make the best Lego set. Like, this may or may not pull up. Let's Google image search live on stream. Look, Ryan made a video about it. These are all just like, stop giving me YouTube thumbnails. I don't know if any of these are the actual Lego ideas set. But there's been a bunch already tried, man. It's just, in the end, it's just a diorama of a bunch of desks. And as much as we like the show, like, you can fit references in and like, look at this, there's something in Jello or whatever. You can fit references and stuff into the set. I'm sure people would buy it. It just feels weird for Lego. But I guess if we got the Big Bang, we got the Friends, we got Seinfeld, just give us The Office. We'll buy it. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. I'll buy it. Basically, I use this show when I talk and think about sets that I haven't actually given any thought to. That was me forming my entire thought on the set. That was it. My thought is, who cares? Make the set. I don't care. I'll buy it. I want a Jim Halpert minifigure and Asian Jim minifigure. Yeah, Seinfeld Diner would be awesome. Hey, tell T-Mama I said what up. Tell T-Mama I said what up. I was just thinking about her the other day because I was watching Rob's wife's name is Tamara, and she says hello. I call her T-Mama. We've all known each other for a very long time. I was just watching No Soup for You. See, but how are you going to put that dude in a Lego set? That's not a Lego set. That's a line from a show. I was just watching. I said earlier how much I like Disney World, and I do, and I will prove it by saying that in my spare time I will put live streams on separate monitors while I'm working of people walking around in Disney World. Shout out to Resort TV 1. That's a big one. It's literally just live streams of people walking around in Disney World. And I was watching a live stream, and they were at Animal Kingdom, and they were looking at some primates, and they were tamarins, and I was like, yo, tamarins, because I made a reference to Rob when we were in Animal Kingdom, and I said, Rob, it's your wife, or some other weird, dumb, probably much funnier comment at the time. So shout out to Tamara, who I was just thinking about the other day because I saw a live stream of a video of a monkey called a tamarin. It may actually be an ape. I don't know if it has a tail or not. I am running out of things to update you on. I actually didn't do any life updates in this whole video, except the fact that my kid turned 2. My 2-year-old is now 2. Shout out to Jace. He's 2 years old. My almost 4-year-old will be 4 later this month. Very exciting times. 4 birthdays in my household. We did shout out Saturday. Why is she insulted? I was thinking about her the other day. We did shout out Saturday. It was Jamae and Claire. I talked about it earlier. I'll talk about it one last time if you all, and since I didn't say monkey, I said it could be an ape. I'm not sure if tamarins have tails or not. So there's Claire. She's a plastic architect and a real life architect. I shouted out here before if you would like to see me being live in other settings talking about things that are slightly more thoughtful, shall we say. It's Not Okay, who is Michaela, who is another Austin local, does these live streams where we talk about some real things. So this one was about criticism. Here's me talking about criticism. This one was about anxiety, which I have a lot of. And here's me talking about some anxiety with some other awesome Lego creators, some of which are in the Austin area, including Michaela and Ben, who are very nearby to me. So big world, not actually that big of a world. So shout out to them and that channel and all of their channels. Go check them out. I would put links to their channels in the description down below. I will do that after the fact. Have not yet done that now. I think we are, thankfully to some, sadly for others, we are nearing a time to wrap up. It is 10 p.m. my time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, closer to midnight or 1 a.m. If you are somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, shout out to anyone who is working on a big boat. I hear there's a shortage of shipping crates right now, which is such a weird logistical thing. I'm looking for a button to click. Wait, is it 5 a.m. for you, DCL? I know you're not in America, but like, that's crazy. Because there's a bunch of like UK-based Lego streams that I follow and stuff, and I knew they weren't going to come through here. But like, dang, that's some dedication. That's like #1 Josh Build Stuff super fan right there, besides like friends and family who actually know who I am. If you are Dave Rebel Rave, then you should have gotten here earlier. We've literally been doing this for 2 hours and 43 minutes. If this was Twitch, I would I would give you a spot to raid and send my small viewership somewhere else. But seeing as this is not Twitch, I don't know how to do any of that. I don't even know that I know how to end a stream. We will find out. But thank you all so much for being here. This was actually a whole bunch of fun. I'm probably just going to lose my voice. Rob, we already did that joke in a live stream or in a chat. And apparently in an episode of Sopranos, you just end in the middle of a sentence. I've never watched Sopranos. I will not be doing that. I'd like to say goodbye and thank you to everyone that is here, was here, showed up. This was so much fun. As much fun as I may be tempted to do this again. If there are other opportunities for me to do this again, maybe I will do so. Maybe Josh Update stuff will be a weekly video. I don't know if it'll always be Saturday. I was trying to make it a Saturday-based video, and here we are on a Saturday night. So maybe this will be something that we do. Maybe other longer form videos. We will try to find a way to make them live streams, because I can apparently just chat with y'all and myself for long enough. Also, the Mocker, I didn't even realize it was you that was saying what up in the comments, but I have seen you in my comment section plenty of times, so nice to see you. I'm glad you could make it to the live stream, the inaugural Josh Build Stuff live stream. Thank you all for being here. As always, thank you so much for... Nope, see, I do this 9 or 10 times per video. I go, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Except in this, I don't know how to... I'm going to hit end stream. It'll probably end. I'm going to wave until it does. Bye-bye.